Hello, we're live on YouTube, getting ready to record episode 178. Well, I know it's a different day of the week, so you may not be watching this live because you were waiting for Thursday, and we weren't there for you.
It's okay. I'm not live here either.
No, you're 2 days behind us.
I'm 2 days behind.
Anyway, but we have some great guests on tonight, a very special episode, and I'm going to get into the big intro later. But Main Street Electrical Podcast is back on, and I'm super excited for David and Jen to be on with us again. Jen is still in Galaxy's Edge.
I haven't left. It's a great place. It's very homey.
Dirty little secret, I actually am coming to you live, so I'm trying to line up what I'm saying with what they're going to say. And so, I missed that cue. Darn it. Okay.
You know, like, I literally can't remember how to turn off the background on Skype, so there's that.
Go to settings. And then, anyway.
Yes.
Hey, Vance. Welcome, Vance. Vance is here in the comments. Winchester's here. Early pod. Yes, it's an early pod this week. Everybody's excited.
Makes it go better.
Huh? Okay.
Yeah, why not?
The week. It was, was last week.
Ah,
last week was a short week, right?
And they'll give you Thursday off, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to sleep early Thursday. It's fine.
No.
Be partying. Woohoo! With my
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. So tonight we're going to be doing a little March Madness in February.
Or
we planned this out really well.
Yeah, January.
Is it January? Oh, it's still
January.
January. Wow.
What's
This is
March
my
Madness?
life. This is my life.
Time
January.
has been since 2020. That's.
I guess I'm just ready for February to be here.
That's right.
I'm just ready for
January insanity.
2021 to be over with, you know, if I'm honest. Anyway, we're going to do a bracket type thing like March Madness for those that like sports. I know Chris does.
I love them. That's a thing.
Of all the Walt Disney World Resort hotels, which I know Chris loves.
I love them. That's a thing.
Now we're going to decide the ultimate hotels to stay at. And that's why we had Main Street Electrical Podcast on it, because not only are they podcasters, but they are travel agents. And they know everything.
They're the professionals.
They're the
I love
professionals.
them. They're a thing.
We know the grand.
We am professional. Can't wait to talk about the Disney Springs hotels. The Beer Resort's going to be awesome. Holiday Inn. We'll get to the Hyatt, which is going to be great.
I should have made a bracket with
Yeah.
The Motel 6 on Kissimmee.
So-
There's a La Quinta right off of I-4.
So
How
we
did
did
you
stay
even know any of this to
the
start
Hampton
with?
Inn. We stayed at the Hampton Inn on this last trip because we got there early. So it's like, yeah, we might as well stay a free night at Hilton because we had Hilton points, at Hampton Inn, and it had free parking, and so it was free breakfast. It was a good
I love the
place.
Hampton Inn.
So,
First time
yeah,
I ever
we
stayed
did
there.
too.
They made cookies as we were coming in, as
Yeah.
our troop was coming in. So I was like, fresh baked cookies, you have my loyalty forever, Hampton Inn.
Yep.
And so I've always been a fan.
Yep.
I've never been in a Hampton Inn with fresh baked cookies.
I don't know. Have you ever been in the Hampton Inn?
It was just for him.
Yes, I actually have been. Thank you very much. But not with
You
fresh
don't go any lower than 3 seasons. I mean, seriously.
And really, they weren't making cookies for them. They were just making cookies for themselves in the back. And he came
like,
in.
"Oh,
He's like,
Oh,
oh,
here's
he's like,
the cookie.
ah,
They
here,
didn't
have
say
a
don't go in the
cookie."
kitchen. So, you know.
I've heard of DoubleTree gives out cookies, right?
They do. Yep.
But
But
Hampton Inn.
Yeah.
Hampton
Pretty
Inn's
sure
supposed to
I'm pretty sure you just stole someone's cookie.
Possibly.
He
I
wasn't
mean,
even
someone
at
actually
Hampton
worked it
Inn.
out.
It was someone's house he just walked into.
It's the
I mean, the
Hamptons.
little girl was 7 and sitting at the table, so I thought she worked there. She seemed kind of young, but whatever, you know.
Cookie.
So, they were good cookies.
Oh
Yep.
man, it's gonna be a fun night. Are we ready to start recording?
Of course.
Because we got so much to cover. There's like 58 resorts.
Oh
Not
my
really.
gosh.
Not really.
I'm gonna get a special background on here. So I'm good.
Oh, you're going to do a special background? Well, we'll wait. We'll wait for you.
No, it's okay. I
That doesn't matter for the audio.
figured it out now. So there you go.
I'll start the audio back. We have to wait because she's changing her background.
No, you don't have to.
All right. Are you ready for me to go into my big
Let's
Yes.
see. Let's do it.
spiel? Here we go. It's 178, right? Yes.
Sure, yeah.
It's a very special number.
That's right.
Someone.
It's the year we were born. Well, sort of like the year we were born, right? So,
It is. I was born in the year 178.
178.
Wow.
I am the Highlander. I had a background on, but the guys told me to turn it off because
I
We
didn't say
you to
turn it off.
We just said we were turning
I just
ours
said I
off for reasons.
turned mine off because my computer fan starts going. Zzz. It's
I had
trying
the
to do it.
Polynesian
Video.
on mine, but oh well, it doesn't matter.
I
I've
couldn't
got a
find
closet.
A really good picture, but I found that one, so that one works.
Excellent.
I don't know what that is. Is that like a
All-Stars.
sanatorium or a sanitarium? What is that behind you?
She's at a Georgia state
Whoa.
drinking mint juleps.
Actually, mint juleps would work at this resort. Like, I'm good.
There you go. Bye, it's hot out today.
Woohoo!
All right, are we ready? Here.
Yeah.
God, oh, this will be fun. All right, here we go. 3, 2. Hello and welcome to I Am Geek, and this is episode 178. I'm Ryan, and I'm joined by my brother Chris and our good pal Katrin. And tonight, this is a very special episode. We have some very special friends. That sounds weird.
Special.
Some special friends on tonight.
Okay.
Some good friends on tonight that we've had on before. The Main Street Electrical podcast is on, and join us, David Dollar and Jenn and
Yay!
Hey!
Welcome.
Wow, that was good. Right?
And
Yeah, that's it.
Did you like that?
Thank you for coming back and dealing with us geeks on I Am Geek. I know that I've heard, because we were on your show too.
Yes.
I don't know if it's
you guys,
still
you guys are
true.
coming back to our show pretty soon too. so-
Absolutely.
I hope so.
Outstanding.
Are we still maybe the top listen on there? I don't know.
Your episode is the most downloaded episode we have, and I'm not kidding. That beats Stacy. Must do Stacy, which she's
That's
right
crazy.
there.
Yeah.
That also
Yeah.
beats McNair Wilson, the designer of the Tower of Terror and part of Hollywood Studios. So and I'm bragging on all the great guests we've had on. But
That's right,
it's
Go for
including, I mean, you guys have your episode was great. It was a lot of fun. I've listened to it, gone back and listened to it again, and
Yeah.
I was just thinking, what is it about this episode
What
that makes it
is
so
it?
popular? No, it was really good, and
I don't understand.
we're excited to have you guys back on. We really are. Yeah, the most downloaded episode we have is from
Yes,
you
sir.
guys.
That's funny.
So,
So now we have an in with Stacy. We could be, hey Stacy, we heard you are on this Main Street Electrical
We're all
podcast.
alums of the Main Street.
We were
Electric.
sort of their top downloaded episode. So if you would like to come on our show,
well, we're gonna have you guys on and Stacy at the same time, and just blow it out of the water, and just
Don't
blow
do
it.
Dude,
that.
they,
Stacy.
oh my gosh, it'll be like through the roof.
Open
That
up
would
a
be-
black hole.
it's like a dream come true to talk to the Stacy.
It was pretty awesome, by the way. I will say, I was geeking out the entire time. I was.
She's
Yeah.
actually one of the most down to earth.
Yeah, she really is. Jen and Stacy are like this, and I was like, Stacy, hi.
Yeah,
It was
that's
awesome.
how
You
it'd be.
hear her mom has it going on, so
Pretty much.
That's true.
Yeah.
Accurate.
Anyways, tonight we are going to, since you guys are also not only podcasters, but you have your own your travel agents, you do a lot for Disney. We thought, hey, it's 2021. There's no reason we shouldn't be going
Let me
to,
check my notes on that.
to vacation.
Wait, is it?
We thought we would take a look at the resort hotels at Walt Disney World and decide sort of the best of the best in sort of a March Madness in January style bracket.
You
love
sure
it.
it's January?
It is now.
January insanity.
Yeah. Oh, the January Insanity bracket for Walt Disney World Resort hotels.
Resort
Anyways.
Madness it is.
Yeah, but before we get there, there's a lot since we're talking Disney. There's a lot of Disney stuff that happened this
Yeah.
last week. We won't get too in the weeds with this.
Let's
Let's start it.
Do here.
Let's start it off with something that I found rather funny and ridiculous. 12 hours for a cookie was something that people did
It is.
last week.
I waited 2.5 hours for that cookie.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Wow.
okay. To be fair, did you wait in line 2.5 hours, or do you have a return time 2.5 hours?
It was you have a return. It's a virtual queue, and then I got a text message. Now this was during the soft open. We had no idea. We were just like, "What's this line for?" Oh, okay.
That's a little different. I mean, I could wait 12 hours for a cookie if I didn't have to wait in line 12 hours.
Yeah,
I'm not waiting 12 hours for anything.
But
I wait days for a cookie sometimes.
Okay, so for those that don't know, there's a new cookie shop in Disney Springs, which is sort of like what was formerly known as Downtown Disney, at Walt Disney World, called Gideon's Bake Shop or Bake. What is it? Gideon's
Bakehouse, I think.
Bakehouse.
Yep.
With these massive cookies that are like a half a pound or something like that, that are covered in all kinds of chocolate chips and goodness. They're supposedly really good.
And good for you.
And good for you. But
Magical calories don't count.
That's right.
Grand opening, it took 12 hours to get a cookie. My thing is, even though if you didn't have to wait in line, I don't know if I want to spend 12 hours at Disney Springs.
That's my point. Like, I think I would have been like, yeah, peace out, y'all. I mean, I like Disney Springs, but
So this is just another one of their locations, though, right?
Yeah, there's another location that you could just go get cookies from.
So what makes it so special?
It's at Disney Springs.
it's like a half a pound cookie.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean,
do they not have that at the regular?
no, they have it
shop?
the regular. Actually,
Okay.
regular, you
I
can
think
look
Yeah, but it's not on Disney
themed.
property.
Yeah,
just
not on Disney
average.
Oh, I know. I understand.
normal
at
theme.
property.
It is themed. I don't know if the other location is
I don't
themed, like this weird, creepy library type thing.
I mean, you get to see it a lot, I guess, if you're waiting that long. But
The theming is interesting. It's very almost Harry Potter-ish,
Yeah, it is.
actually.
So they're magic cookies.
Yes,
That's what
they
I'm
are.
hearing.
sleepy cookies.
It's a cool
Okay.
looking place. Like at the cash register, there's like these flames. It looks like flames, so you have to put your hand through to give them your payment stuff.
Yeah.
Is this a cookie or Heaven's Gate Hell's Flames? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
What is that?
No, but like literally, it looks slightly occultish inside. I'm like, oh.
What flavor
Okay, now
of
everyone
Kool-Aid do you
take
have today?
everyone take your punch.
Yeah.
Now don't drink it yet. Wait for your time to pop up.
Ooh, it popped up on my phone. Ding! Time to drink the punch.
I'm like, honestly, I have not seen the breadth or the size of this cookie in real life. I've seen the pictures. I'd like to say that I would not eat the whole thing, but there's a good chance I would just devour the entire thing. Just a glass of milk and just go, and then like realize, oh crap, I just ate that entire thing, because I could eat a
It's
sleeve
heavy.
of Thin
It is
Mints in a heartbeat.
Heavy
Oh
rich
yeah,
cookie.
for sure.
Heavy
Oh,
rich.
yeah, we bought I don't know how many Girl Scout cookies this past week, so I would.
That sounds like a dare to me, Jen.
Is it that
Sounds like-
time?
It is that time, and I have so many, and I've eaten so many, and now I want to eat more because all we're talking about is cookies.
I know why I don't have Girl Scout cookies. Our neighbor that sold them to us moved away. So,
Mhm.
oh no.
Yeah, cookie
I think I
desert.
could eat a half a pound of cookie too, David.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to admit that I could,
Yeah.
but I kind of feel like in sitting at a table, just passing the time,
Oh.
dunking the cookie bite by bite, I would look down and realize only like this much remains, and then I'd be like, I'm not taking that with me. I might as well just eat it, and then I would feel horrible later.
You would feel awful later.
I would feel awful, but it would be awesome.
Yeah, socially, I want to say no, I wouldn't eat the whole thing. Privately, I would eat the whole thing.
I'll eat it all.
Well, if you ever had like sitting down with lunch with somebody like Jen, she talks so much that you can't get a word in edgewise, so you might as well just eat. It's a whole thing.
Wow.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
kidding. Just kidding.
Well, with me, with two,
note about this.
yeah, with two little kids, with me, I'd be like, if I don't eat all this right now,
Somebody else will.
somebody
Yeah.
else is going to eat this.
Mhm.
Yeah. I paid for this daggone
So I paid $6 for this cookie or whatever.
Which at
I mean,
Disney
they're
prices is not bad. $6 is not
Yeah.
bad for anything.
No,
at
not
Disney.
really. That's true.
Mhm.
They
I mean, it's for a half pound of something, sure,
Yeah.
yeah. That's not bad.
rich. It was really rich.
Sure. Just
Yeah.
It's not like it's a full pound, you know. It's a
Yeah,
half a
yeah.
pound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like running a half marathon.
Do we have a calorie count on it? Does anybody know?
I chose not to look.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
4,000 calories. I don't know.
Yeah, it's probably something ridiculous.
Oh, it has to be.
Yeah.
Now we have to know.
Yeah, now I'm looking it up.
Everybody's
Oh my goodness.
It has
Yeah.
to be
Go,
like
go, go.
totally
All right, you guys
ridiculous.
look it up. I'll
Hey,
keep
Siri,
talking.
how many calories is in that big cookie at Gideon's?
Oh, I'm
I don't think it's gonna come up, is it?
I saw the
No, it's not gonna.
No,
Yeah,
it's not.
it's got to be somewhere though. You know, somebody's done the math.
Oh, yeah.
on it.
Oh,
It's got to be on
they have
something,
to.
right?
They actually
Yeah.
have to have it.
Oh, yeah,
posted
that's
there,
true.
So
I think certain
Um,
states require it. I don't like those states.
yeah.
Sorry, no offense if you live in one of those states.
Oh
do
my
in
goodness.
Tennessee.
I saw the cookie.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I want the cookie.
Ugh.
You don't think
It-
Oh,
I'm
by the way,
telling
they
you, my
all
friend, it's good.
they
cookie.
also have a peanut butter crunch, which looks amazing.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it does.
I
they
kind of
have
want
cake
that like
there
right now.
too, I think.
Okay. Yeah, there's a
They
cake.
do-
Okay, I
oh,
gotta
the
go. I gotta go and get in line.
We were thinking about doing a weekend trip to Disney because we have annual passes, and we
Yeah.
found some cheap plane tickets. But then I saw which airline the plane tickets were for, and I was like,
Oh.
I don't want to do that.
I think I probably might know.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Me too.
I don't think it's worth going to Disney for that. So I told my wife that. She's like, yeah, you're probably right.
Eh,
I'm like, if it was Southwest, yes, let's do it.
Right.
But if it was this other brand that's full of the spirit,
I was saying like, wow, you're so kind. Like I just call stuff out. I don't
yeah,
even
spirit.
care.
Yeah, I just can't ride. Yeah.
One time I did out of necessity. And
So
so
what-
I upgraded myself to first class.
Oh.
Oh.
Spirit. You just sit on
Okay.
the pilot's lap, right?
Yeah,
That's
basically,
first class.
I mean, that's
So I found the recipe for the half-pound cookie.
oh gosh.
So this may
Mm.
not be precisely right, but do you guys want to take a gander at how many calories are in this?
Somebody
3,000?
said in
10,000.
the comments 400, but I
Oh.
feel like it's got to be
there's
more
no
than
way
that.
it's 400.
Yeah, this particular recipe says 1,031 calories.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can't believe it.
Because that's a lot of chocolate.
Yeah, it is.
what-
That's a lot of. I guarantee there's a lot
Man.
of stuff.
It hurt my stomach.
I want them to ship.
I like
Wow,
would like
chef.
break off little pieces and dunk it in my coffee, and it was.
We should send that recipe out so we don't have to wait 12 hours. We can just make it at home.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
'cause
you could probably get Vance is offering to drive us across Orlando to go to the original location. So
Oh,
I mean,
cool.
You could probably just mail it.
There
to
you
us. So.
Yeah.
I'll take him on that. Vance, next time at Disney, can you just have this cookie waiting for me in my hotel?
In the car that you're picking us up in.
I'll take a half dozen.
Forget the Hampton Inn. I want the Gideon's cookie
per
waiting for me.
serving. Okay, so
Mhm.
it's 400 calories per serving. So how much is a serving of that cookie? I guess it's
Apparently,
a-
like
a
3
bite.
or 4.
Yeah.
Every chocolate chip on there has 10 calories, and so yeah, just do the math.
I don't do that kind of math.
Thinking a triple
Oh,
chocolate
man.
chip is just a ball of chocolate chips.
Yeah.
That's all.
Basically.
It's just really a bowl of chocolate, and they just insert little pockets of like cookie dough in there to make it look like a cookie.
Yeah. Filler.
It's just held together with love
Yeah.
And
Which equals chocolate.
deliciousness.
and fat.
Oh, lots of
Speaking of love,
I love you too. It's good.
yeah. You guys watch? We're not going to get into depths here because last week we did a whole episode on WandaVision. Did you guys watch the third episode? I know somebody didn't.
I don't know who would not have on this panel who would not have watched it and call themselves a Marvel fan. It's just it's crazy.
It's time. It's time.
It's only 30 minutes, really.
It really is a
know.
30-minute
It goes by so
Yeah.
quick.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah, that does help.
Of course, now
I've
you got
watched
like
it
an hour and
twice.
30 minutes.
I will tell you though, I'm gonna be mad because then I'm gonna be like, why didn't I wait till the whole thing was out and then binge the whole thing?
Well, but see, this show, you don't want to do that. I think.
Okay.
We talked about this sort of last week because it's like a mystery. And you want to take each episode and you want to really think about it before you watch the next one.
There's a lot
About
to
what
absorb.
happened.
There really
There's
is
a lot to
going on.
absorb.
Yeah.
So you want to think about it. So I'm
Like, you
glad
wouldn't
they're
wanna-
doing it like this.
You wouldn't want to binge Lost, like 12 episodes in one day because there's just too much to pick up and you would miss some things because you're watching it all. I mean, I like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched the 4 episodes. It will be 4 by the time this weekend rolls around. watch
Okay.
the 4, and then maybe even go back and watch watch one of them again or
Yeah.
something if you need to. And I've watched each one twice, and they're
I
spectacular.
have to.
Um,
Yeah, I love it. At the end of the season, we're going to do a roundtable, WandaVision roundtable. So, David, maybe you should come back on
I'm in.
and join
I've been
our
reading.
discussion.
I've been reading the House of M comic series to kind of
Okay.
pick up the original comic story, which I don't know where it's going to go, and so we'll see. But excited.
Yeah, they keep dropping clues, and I'm like, oh, I think I know what this is. I think I know what this is, and I hope they follow through with it, and it's not like just like, oh well, they were just random people,
It's just a show.
So hopefully, fingers crossed. Anyways, so we won't get too much into that. The other big news this week is that the Jungle Cruise is getting a redo.
They said retheme, which scared me when I saw it, but I think like a little refurb, some.
Yeah.
I'm fine with what they're doing. I'll be honest with you. They're not upending the whole thing as long as, and maybe I'm hoping that I didn't read this wrong. They're still going to have a live skipper on the boats.
I hope they have a live
I hope so.
because that's the charm. But they'll be telling a story rather than just taking a tour through the rivers. And I'm okay with kind of some of the they're making some of the changes cultural, and I get that. And I'm not a PC person, but I'm kind of okay with some of the things they're going to do. I mean, just
It almost sounded like the skipper was going to be more interactive with everything.
That's what I got too.
And that made me think of like the Great Movie Ride, where like the tour guide was with you or whatever, and then had to jump off, do some stuff.
Oh, he jumps off the
and then
boat.
came back.
Yeah.
Like shoot a gun or something.
Or maybe
I'm
they're
hoping,
replacing the skippers. They're replacing the skippers with those PhotoPass robots that they had for a while.
Oh no.
I'm hoping they replace the speaker boxes on the boat, so when they're telling the story, it's not like if you look over here to the left, what you want to see is
It makes it more authentic.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, what's even worse is when they're wearing a mask and doing
Yeah.
that, because we went on it and it was like, this is the worst because you just hear. I'm like, is this Charlie Brown? What's happening here? Because you couldn't understand anything she would say.
Well, if they're going to do that, they might as well just throw in the narration from the Great Movie Ride, because it's all the same once that muffled stuff gets in there, and you'll be able to look on the boat, looking at the Nile River, going, "Did he just say Footlight Parade? What just happened? What?"
People keep asking if The Rock is going to make an appearance, and here comes my joke. There it is. The Rock has been there for years. We've just took it for granted.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Look, we lost our 2 viewers.
Well, we did go down to 4. We had 5.
They were like, and
not for me.
Anyway, so they didn't really give a date on when that's going to roll out, but
no.
Who knows at this point?
At this point.
Do we think that's going to be something? And maybe this is a Jen question. I don't know. That I'll ask tomorrow, so you have time to think about it. When we record our show, do we think that they're going to close it before the 50th? Because we're starting to run into that time period when it's going to be hard to open.
I don't think
at Disney paces to close and open thing. Okay.
I don't think they can afford to close down
anything. Yeah.
I think that just like Splash Mountain, they're like, hey, we just want you guys to know that don't worry. We're going to change this.
2023, everything's going to be closed to be refurbished.
Yeah.
Like nothing will be open.
Oh, I mean, now I could see. I don't even know if they want to do it the year of the 50th. Do you know what I mean? Like, because like you would say the 50th year starts October 1st. It would go
right, and they'll celebrate for like another 8 or 10 months, and
but then like I think
merchandise
following January, because they always take down Splash in January anyway. So I feel like that might be okay. Peace out, everybody.
Yeah, it'll be their farewell tour for the 50th.
What if they connected Jungle Cruise and Splash and just had the rivers run together? That would be amazing. Like the skipper
that waterfall you saw behind.
The skipper jump off right before it goes down the big thing and the big hill and Splash and goes back up again.
So dramatic, yeah.
And they changed it to the underside of water.
Yeah, they could put the tunnel. They could just go through the underground tunnels.
Yeah.
Why not? The skipper jumps back on, dressed as a badly dressed gangster all of a sudden, and this is good. I like this. I mean, the half plane is already there, so it works.
That's true.
Fits.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's true.
All right.
So there's one more piece of news
Yeah.
Not that what you
not
think.
the movies?
So did you all see? No. Did you all see that California is loosening up on their
Yes.
safe at home stuff?
Yes. So
You're
right
no
now,
longer
outdoor
safe at
dining is
home.
allowed. So
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a step forward.
That is a step forward. I know people in California, and that is a definite step forward.
For Disneyland, in case people are wondering where I was going with
the
that.
three of you may have, I may have already said this or answered this, but have you, y'all three been to Disneyland?
No.
I
No.
have
Yeah.
because I lived in LA, so I actually got to go there.
He was in the movies.
Yeah,
I was a star. No.
That's right. You were important. I forgot.
No. Forget it again. Not important.
Yeah, we
I've
were in
never
Disneyland
been.
1 year
I wanna
ago
go.
this weekend, actually. Jen and I
Yeah,
and the whole
it
troop.
was.
And so
Nice.
I keep meaning to post pictures from like a year ago, and I just
I
keep
should
forgetting.
do that tomorrow. Oh, it was such a fun
It
trip.
was a great trip. Of course, I'm in the airport. I'm like, oh my gosh, Kobe Bryant died. What the heck? And so
I know, and that was like the most. Everyone was like, "Oh,
well,
a year
I
ago.
don't know if you had the airport, if this happened to you, Jen, but I looked around and like I saw people like looking at their phones and like random heads would pop up like, what?
yeah."
Look at,
No,
you know, I was in LA. I mean, this is big time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my driver on the way back, we had a shuttle driver. And,
driver. Jeeves turned around and said, Madam Novotny, did you know that Kobe Bryant died?
We had to stop the flying car right there.
Yes, Jeeves, I'm upset. Can we get him in julep, please? Yes, right away.
That sounds pretty accurate to how it went, actually. That's how it goes.
Let's stop
Oh,
this bougie
man.
mobile right now.
I can't help it if I'm bougie. Like, whatever.
Yeah. Well, 1 year ago today, Katrin and I were at the Royal Rumble.
That's right.
Oh, that's
That's
awesome.
true.
Yeah.
I left the day before that.
That's my favorite WWE event, by the way, is the Royal Rumble, and I'm so excited for that. Jen has no idea what we're talking about.
No, I'm going to tell all of you right now, I have been to a Royal Rumble. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Nice.
You're welcome.
Nice.
Now that's not
1999.
okay. That's not like some
Yeah.
bougie store on Black Friday. Not
Yeah,
that
no,
kind
that's
of
not
Royal
like
No,
a
I know.
sale at
No, I
Macy's.
know.
That's-
Rich
I-
people rumble.
in the late 90s, I was super into WWE.
Oh.
Mostly because of The Rock.
Good time.
But I was still into it. So
I don't think I knew this about you. We're gonna have this
Wow.
discussion later on. We're gonna talk offline all about this.
I could actually probably speak about most of the wrestlers in the late
That's
90s.
fantastic.
Can you give us the eyebrow?
I'm not good. I tried for years to get the, but I can't do it.
I can do that.
Oh well.
See,
Oh,
I can't
there he
make,
is. Look at there.
I can't do it.
I can't do the other one.
Wow, Chris, you look just like The Rock.
I know.
Yes.
Don't I? Can you smell what I'm cooking?
Wait, hold on, Jen. Who did you say
Kinda
was
like
your
gravel,
favorite
but-
again?
yeah.
The Rock.
Rock.
It doesn't matter who your favorite was.
Oh. It doesn't matter. I think I have The Rock sitting back there.
Yeah, I have a man crush on The Rock. I love The Rock. So it's, I got to see him at WrestleMania 27 in
Nice.
Atlanta, which was awesome.
Oh. Triple
Cena
H
is-
good too.
Yeah. And then was it right before the Royal Rumble that we did the live show?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
So you shared that picture, and I didn't even put the two together that was that same weekend until
Yeah.
just now. So
We did
yeah.
our first big live show at a club. I don't know what you call the place.
Love.
Ringside.
Like a
Okay.
bar with a
Yeah, bar at the stage.
Mhm.
It was an event for Comic Palooza where they were trying to. They would do these events to try to get people interested in Comic Palooza. So they have a big podcast program where they.
Oh, okay.
So it was mostly podcasters that were at this event, but it was people in the crowd, and we did a trivia event, and it's
Yeah.
pretty fun. But
That's cool.
But not anymore because it's
not anymore.
COVID.
Little did we
Anyways.
know.
All right, are we ready?
Let's
to
do it.
Oh,
Dive
that's
into
we
this.
got more. Wow.
We've got more. We're gonna. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start with the value resorts, crown that champion, move on to the moderates. I know Jen has no idea what we're talking about. Move on to the moderates,
I know.
and then crown that champion. Then get to the deluxe, and then maybe, I don't know, we'll pick one of the three to be our top one, and who knows, maybe a value resort.
It could.
Well,
Win it all.
honestly, though, the way I looked at the bracket, you should have, because there's so many deluxe resorts, you should have two from the deluxes going into the final four. That's the way I kind
do
of
that.
understood
Well, we
it.
could do that.
You'd have a value and moderate taking on each other for the championship round, and then the deluxe taking on the winner of the two deluxes in the championship round, and then you'd have a winner. So we theoretically could have All Star Sports taking on the Grand Floridian, which
Could.
Wait, there's a clear winner there.
All-Star Sports, yes.
All-Star.
is actually sports.
No.
I did not include like because they're deluxe villas, so I didn't
Yeah.
include like
Mhm.
Kidani Village. I just sort of made that. That's Animal
Like all
Kingdom.
part of Animal
Yeah,
Kingdom.
that's all part. Because then we would have had like 20.
The field of
There's
64.
a lot of resorts
Yeah,
if you do
a
that.
bunch.
There's a
Plus the
lot.
play-in games.
You didn't have me sleeping in my car on here at all.
That's in its own bracket.
Oh, okay.
That's the first four. That's the play-in game.
It's nice. I mean, there's a mint on the
Sleep in the
pillow every
car.
time.
Motel 6.
Mhm.
We didn't have our relative's house that we stay at for free sometimes either.
Yeah, you need to add that too.
There's a pool.
You can put that on
Nice.
the same. That's
Yeah.
Again,
Swan Dolphin
sorry.
and Chris in his car did not make the tournament.
No.
Didn't win their conference, so they
All
didn't
right.
get an automatic bid.
So we're going to start the Value Resort. We're going to start with All-Star Sports and All-Star Movies. We put these together because they both have All-Star
Oh,
in the name.
huh.
So
How about that?
I
Go
think
on.
I have stated all of the All-Stars, if I think about it. Look at that. Sports,
is.
music, movies,
What a
repeat.
great shirt.
That's right. Love this shirt.
Jen, do you have an All-Star sheet or a shirt?
I do. No, I don't actually.
She has a sheet set.
The sheet set.
Is your bed made in?
It's nice soft cotton. It does great on my car whenever Jeeves is out there waxing it.
Jen, have you ever stepped foot in an All-Star?
All joking aside.
Yeah, all of it.
In college, I sang with my college jazz band.
Yes.
And we went down to perform in Walt Disney World, and we stayed at All-Star Music. So, yeah, I
There you
did
go.
once.
In college, so it's
Slummed it in
2014.
college.
So it's been a couple of years.
Yeah, it's been okay. I'll take 2014. All right.
A lot of people experiment in college. It's understandable. So,
I was still
It's
learning
fine.
who I was. I was
Am I cheap?
like,
Am I cheap?
no. I mean, I figured it out pretty quickly, but
For
it
those
was
of
one
them,
time.
so the Value Resorts back in the day, they were like cheap, but now they're.
Yeah.
I mean,
Now
they're
they're
still decent.
cheaper. They're cheaper.
Cheaper.
I remember this was in 2009 whenever I was a cast member, and so we got 50% off on the hotels. My wife and I stayed at Pop Century for a week for $42 per night.
What?
Oh my
Oh.
word.
And then we spent half the week at Wilderness Lodge, and I think we paid like $138 per night for like 4 nights in a row. So yeah, it's changed. Things have changed since
Yeah.
then. So yeah,
If you want to stay in All-Star Sports right now, you can't because it's still closed.
Right.
So
so we're just taking that one right off the list. Then.
so
Yeah.
we got basically it's movies versus sports in this particular matchup,
Wait,
correct?
what happened to music?
Yeah,
Well-
first it's sports.
Oh,
versus-
sorry.
sports
Yeah.
versus music. So the sports All-Star Sports is based on sports, so there's a lot of oversized sports stuff around.
Mhm, mhm.
And then All-Star Music is based on, you guessed it,
Music.
music.
What?
So there's this big quarter notes just
Mhm.
Mhm.
hanging around.
Mhm.
Whole notes.
Hollow
No.
Notes?
Eighth
Hall
minute.
Notes is there.
Hall
I
of
think
Notes.
the
Yeah, Jen
music
can't
one-
go for that. Oh no can do.
The music one is divided up into genres.
It is.
Mhm.
How would you know, Jen? You've
I
only
told
been
you
there
that
once.
that but I remember there were genres.
She goes
Read
to the
about
computer
it.
system
There's
and
a
sees which
piano
rooms we
pool.
booked, so she knows. So how are we doing this? Everybody just voting around like in a big circle? They're voting?
Yeah, let's just vote.
Let's do
All
it.
right.
Katrin,
Yeah.
go ahead.
I have stayed at
You're a
neither
person?
of these. I'm going to go with music, though. For no reason, but I play music. I like music, so
Well, there you
let's go with that. Well, no, I didn't play sports. That's a lie. But I mean, I played soccer, but and I like sports, but I'll go with music because I don't know the difference right now. So next,
Well, there we go. Chris,
Sure.
you don't care.
So I don't care. No. Well, I mean, when we would go as a family and stuff, and we were like booking, we usually stayed at like all-star places and stuff, and like like the places I want to stay would sell out, and then we ended up at sports. I'd be like, crap, I don't want to be at sports, so I'm not picking sports.
There you go.
I'm going to music.
Yeah.
We didn't stay at the All Star.
We've stayed at the sports. I know I've stayed at the sports because.
Well, we've stayed there, but not with our family. I don't think. I don't think.
All
So.
right.
I don't know.
So you said sport? What, you said sports?
I said music.
Oh, music. Okay. That's 2 for music. Jen, just pick music.
I'm picking music because I stayed there.
Yeah.
So music.
I hope this is
I'm a
helping
musician.
people.
I mean, the all-star ones are all very similar. They all offer.
Yeah. It's just what theme do you
just
like?
The theme.
Yeah.
What do you like?
That's
Basically.
And I don't like sports. So.
Yeah, I really thought this one would go by faster.
You're in control, Ryan. Come
David, sports or music?
Well, let me just say, I love the All Stars. I do. I enjoy the All Stars because of what they are, what they provide for families, because it's easy. Families who want to just eat, sleep, shower, and get out the door, perfect. If you go down there by yourself, sports is great because it's cheap. Get in there. I'm not really particular about the room. As long as it's clean, there's no bed bugs. As long as I got running water and a hot shower, I don't care. Throw my stuff down. I'm out for $132 a night for a couple of nights. We're good. If I got the family with me, if my wife with me, she's not stepping foot in an All-Star ever again. She's like French Quarter or up. This is why Jen and Steph are very good friends. I like music. I'm picking music out of the 2 of these, though. I've stayed in all of these on this bracket that we're doing. I like music because I like the fact it has a family suite option for families that can't quite afford Art of Animation.
True.
Same layout, same kind of actually, the little kitchen area is a little bit bigger actually at the music family suites. So I'm going to go with music. I like the theming better as well than sports. Sports to me is the bottom of the rung on all of these resorts, but it's still a pretty good rung. I would put sports above most other hotels in the Orlando area, not Disney.
Wow.
So
I don't even have to vote, so it's music.
There you go.
Music's moving on. I would have picked it because it has a giant cowboy boot.
Well, there you go.
That's
there you go.
So that would be music would be going against movies for me. Movies all the way because it's just got all kinds of fun, big giant Disney characters and stuff
I love
around
movies.
to look at. So that's what I would pick.
That's movies on me too. Just write down movies.
Is me as well because it's movies. I love movies.
Yeah.
And what other place on property gives Mighty Ducks love? You don't get that.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
Yeah.
Everybody agree?
Yeah.
Everybody agree on that one? That was pretty easy one.
Jen's like, sure, whatever.
I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just agree.
Whatever you lowly people decide on.
Which moves us on to Art of Animation versus Pop Century. Now, this one's a little harder. Art of Animation versus Pop Century. I have stayed in both. One, Art of Animation is more suites, family suites. And Pop Century is sort of a upscale all-star.
Oh, man.
Oh, someone else is bougie, too.
Yeah.
It's like a pop star.
Yeah. Now, Pop Century does have the Skyliner. Right?
Well, they both do.
Oh, they both do.
They share it. It's right in the middle. Right?
There's a bridge.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, remember, Art was supposed to be the other half of Pop Century, and then and then 9/11 happened, the recession hit, and then it turned into Art of Animation 10 years later. I have a whole diatribe on that too, but I won't go into that because your show is only going to be 3 hours. So
That's right. Keep it to 3. Come on.
that's right.
Yeah, I've stayed at both, and well, no, I haven't stayed at Art of Animation, but I've walked through. It's a really cool place to go and just like walk around because there's just a lot of cool, like there's Cars Land, there's the Finding Nemo like Reef, there's Lion King. We stayed at Pop Century one time, and I just took the kids over there because my wife had a work thing, and we just walked around and just explored all these big giant things. Fun fact, all the carpet that they have in the resort, there's a big strip of carpet that goes all the way down. It is if you lined up all their carpet in the resort, I don't know why I know this, it would be the same difference from going from Orlando to the Kennedy Space Center.
Okay.
That's how long that resort is.
It's a big resort.
Yeah.
It's a big resort.
It is a big resort.
Biggest pool on property, and if you go underwater, you can hear singing. You hear music underwater.
The big blue pool.
Yep.
Yeah.
So for me, I've never stayed at Art of Animation, but I've eaten there at their
Great food court, landscape of flavors.
food court, and then the Pop Century.
Oh.
I may give this an edge for me, even though I haven't stayed there at Art Animation because it is the suite style, usually
Hey, Ryan.
room.
Hey,
Yeah.
Ryan. Your mic.
No, come on.
Yeah, it's crackling.
I'm gonna have to edit now. Hold on.
Sorry.
Snap, crackling, popping.
We need a signal for it.
Okay, that.
So I don't have to go, hey, Ryan.
Ryan,
Your microphone.
Oh wait, are you even here? Can you talk now? I don't even think he's talking now.
Okay,
He's got a finger up. Wait.
Are we good? Hello?
No, it's still
Nope.
bad. Usually if you unplug it, plug it back in, it's good. Live!
This is what you get.
Hold on.
He had to get a fancy new mic
Yeah.
because his wife stole his other
Wait,
one.
is this like a Nintendo? Like you're
Yeah.
Just blow on it.
blow on the cartridge.
Still bad?
Let's do it again.
Talk.
Hello? 1,
Oh
2,
my
3.
gosh!
I think we're good.
We're good?
It's better. Yeah. Sure.
It
What
worked.
happened? I missed
Oh, you're good.
everything.
Oh, no, you're fine.
Oh, it's gonna be so fun editing.
But you have a few days. You can wait till Thursday. But
What was the last thing I said?
you could start over with. I'm gonna
Art of
go.
Animation.
You were picking one. You were picking
If
one.
I'm picking one, I would probably pick Art of Animation because of the suite style, the more room for the family, and all the cool stuff that you have there to walk around with. That's me.
I myself would also have to pick animation because I'm an animator and I'm going to go with animation. That's simple as that. I'm not a pop star, so
Well, I am a pop star. That's my family's go-to place. So, Pop Century. So, and I was gonna say with the addition of the Skyliner, it helps a lot. But I mean, again, they share that. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Pop Century just to be different for one.
Don't say anything, Jen.
but-
Jen, don't say anything.
But also because I know it more than I do Art of Animation. So, and it's a little bit cheaper than Art of Animation. So,
That's true.
So
That is
what
true.
I was gonna throw in here with art, I love Art of Animation. I love the family suites. I've stayed in all 3 of the different suites. Like I'm to the value resorts what Jen is to the deluxe. Like I've stayed in all of them repeatedly, and I could talk about them openly. Love the food court, love the pool. It's a great resort. But like Hatron, I'm a big Pop fan. I love the new renovated rooms. I've stayed in those before by myself and with a family. And there's room with a Murphy bed going up and down. Everything looks cool. The resort's not so big that you can't, even if you're in a standard room, you can't just go to the front desk pretty fast. The hippy dippy pool is great. The food court is great. It's reasonably priced.
Yep.
So I'm also going to go with Pop, leaving us with 2 arts and 2 pops and turning it over to Jen. See what she wants to do.
it's called the Hippy Dippy Pool.
it
is.
Well,
It is called
so,
the Hippy Dippy
So they also
Pool.
have multiple
I'm
pools.
definitely animation.
Yeah, they have like 6 pools.
Yeah.
They have a bunch of pools
Yeah.
shaped
So
like
are
random-
y'all wanting to bribe me for like? Because I don't really have a horse in this race.
Art of Animation would probably be the Grand Floridian of value
It is the Grand
resorts.
Floridian Value Resort. That is accurate, actually.
And I'm sure that you can get a mint julep there anytime you want.
It is the newer build. I mean, probably because of space, and I could pretend I'm in a villa. I probably will go with art. So,
Oh
there
man!
we go.
And so I did have one bad experience at Pop a couple of years ago. We got this awesome room. What we thought was an awesome room. It was on the corner of a building on the first floor, which we thought was great because it was right near the main building. We're like, oh, this is great. We can get there. Well, every night or morning or I guess night, we would find these worms on the floor in our room from just being on the ground level. I guess it was the
I don't
weirdest
like
thing.
ground.
We didn't say anything to anybody. I wish we had because they probably would have done something, But
Yeah.
But so from there on, it's like okay, we're gonna stay on at least the second floor from now on.
Yeah. I always
But,
request the high
but
You
it
just
was
don't remember
great
that was the
otherwise.
tequila.
Yeah. I don't remember drinking that much tequila.
And a lot of empty bottles on
Yeah.
the floor too.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah.
The worms just brought
But-
those bottles in.
Otherwise.
All right, this takes us to Art of Animation versus, yes, it's a value, campsites at Fort Wilderness.
I wondered about. I mean, I guess it is pretty inexpensive.
On their
straight up
website,
art.
less
it's listed
expensive.
as a value resort.
It's
Yeah.
less expensive than any of these, right? I mean,
Yeah,
Mhm.
like-
Well, because you're bringing your own
oh, I
camper.
know, yeah. Yeah,
You're bringing
for
your own
10,
hotel.
right.
That's why it's cheaper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have stayed at the campsites
I've
in a
never been
tent. In it was like January or something, so it wasn't like really
I was going to
hot.
say, yeah, it's
Mm.
with it being hot, it would be impossible for me. But
Yeah, that's before kids though. So
Yeah.
with kids, I probably would not do it. But it's an experience.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Oh, I mean,
You're selling it.
if my
I have
wife,
a good friend who camps all the time, and man, they do it up. But
yeah, if my wife would go, then I would try it at least once. But because my son and I go camping all the time, but my wife would not have it. So
The bad thing about it is if you go to the park all day and then you come back and you're like, time to lay down in the tent. You're just sort of like,
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Sleeping on a ground or sleeping in a bed.
They do have
go with
parades that go through the campsites that are pretty cool. Like
Ah.
golf
holidays
cart.
at Fort Wilderness are
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that's another culture over there. It's
It is.
Oh,
It's
It
like it's like the drum line of a high school marching band. You're part of the band, but it's a different world in the drum line.
You can say weird.
Mm.
But the fort is the fort has a lot of really cool stuff that you
Oh,
don't get
yeah.
anywhere else for
Yeah.
sure.
But remember,
Yeah.
we're talking about just the campsites, not the whole
Right.
Fort Wilderness cabins. Just the
Yeah,
campsites.
no,
I'm going to
Cabins
get
will
with
be
Art
coming
on that.
later.
But
I
you
mean,
have to talk
ours-
about the amenities too.
Mm.
So do you want to have the amenities but sleep on the ground?
Yeah, it will be
Or-
art. Just saying,
'Cause-
this girl,
yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
I don't do.
She doesn't even glamp.
I don't
That's
I don't outdoors. So
exactly. I don't bug.
And you have
Like, I don't-
you do have the Skyliner. That was going to be my argument for Pop if at some point, and apparently it's not going to be there. So so for this one, it's definitely you have the Skyliner and it's clean and you're inside.
it's clean.
Which would take us to art versus movies. For me, the Skyliner would probably
Yeah.
tip the big
Yeah.
for art.
Art.
Yeah, I mean, and some of this is all depends on your
This is
your
the best.
goals too. Because if you're trying to save money and
Yeah, if you're
What's
saving
your-
money, the
yeah.
movies.
yeah,
And they've
if
been
you-
refurbished as well.
so,
So they've got the
yeah.
Murphy bed. They've got
Yeah.
the clean stuff going on. Knowing that this is not, I mean, whatever resort here is going to get into the Fantasmic Four, but not get any further. I imagine it'll lose to the moderate resort no matter what we do. I'm going to throw in movies. I love movies. I before Pop got refurbished, I would put every value family into movies. Whenever they came asking for a value.
And we lost Dave.
Oh no!
Whatever.
Oh no.
Oh,
There he is. He's
Oh,
back.
there
He
we
just
go.
froze a little bit.
he just fell asleep. It was fine.
He froze because he picked movies.
Katrin, what did you pick?
Pushed
one,
a button.
Katrin?
I said art for
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, animation different.
Yeah, so it's 3. So,
There you go.
Jen, art,
Art.
yeah. Oh,
Art.
art is the winner.
There you go. We have a winner finally.
Woo, winner, chicken dinner.
Hey, that's the first one.
Yeah, we're gonna
On next
divide
week's
this
episode, we'll talk
into,
about the
like,
moderates.
Oh my gosh.
three episodes. We don't have to do anything for 3 weeks because this one's gonna be like 3 episodes.
There you go.
Surprisingly, Jen and I have been in this very same situation with another podcast doing this very thing.
Oh,
We
no.
literally did 4 episodes on a bracket.
Top 100 attractions
Top
at
100.
Walt Disney World.
Oh, whoa!
Wow.
Past and present attractions, everything.
Yeah.
We did, and the host, the Imagineers podcast, they're Matt and Susie. They're wonderful, and
Yeah.
but the host was like, "Yeah, we're gonna see how far we can get. We may have to break this up into 2." And I'm like, "I don't think you understand
Yeah.
how Jen and I like to talk because." Yeah.
Well, it's already divided into like 2 right now because the recording stopped and we had to start back. So.
That's true.
All right, let's move on to moderate resorts before I lose my mic again. We're going to start with the Caribbean Beach, which is funny because you call it Caribbean Beach Resort, but then you call the ride Pirates of the Caribbean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sort of funny.
Mm.
Disney should pick which one or the other.
Well, Caribbean Beach actually does have a beach, and Pirates of the
No, but you're saying-
Caribbean has pirates.
Well,
So.
Caribbean versus Caribbean.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Pirates
Gotcha.
versus beach.
Well, Caribbean Beach sounds too much like a Billy Ocean song, so I can see why they probably want to steer away from that.
Yeah.
When I say beach, you say pirates.
Let's call the whole thing off.
Pirates, whatever.
All right, so I don't
Like
know if you want to go first, but I'm going to throw in here, and I'm going to say Coronado Springs and make this easy because I think Caribbean Beach is way too big. If you're stuck in the standard
Yeah.
room, you got like a 45-minute walk
true.
to get to a pastry at the front desk. Coronado Springs is also very large, but they have Destino Towers, and I've never stayed there. I'm going to be staying there in March, which I'm really excited about. So I'm going to go with Coronado. That's my pick.
I have very fond memories of Coronado. Back in the day before they redid some stuff. So I'm gonna say Coronado. I love the Pepper Market. It's changed.
Yeah.
But the old Pepper Market was great. Loved it. So, and it's got the convention center.
I was gonna say it's got a convention center. Yeah.
Do that. I've stayed at Caribbean Beach once, and it, like you said, it was just sort of like, this is a thing. Yep.
Yeah.
So on our last trip, we went to the Caribbean Beach, whatever, and because we were staying at Pop, and we rode the Skyliner over there, and we're like, oh, let's eat dinner over there and check it out. We've never been there, and yeah, it was huge, and the food was not good.
Yeah, when we ate there, it wasn't good.
Was this
either.
before or after the refurbish?
This is this year. I mean,
October.
This is October,
Yeah. Gotcha.
and I mean, it was I mean, it was fine looking, but the food that we chose, we thought would be good, and it wasn't. But we're also kind of comparing it to. I mean, it's not fair at all. The Riviera,
Oh, you can't compare that.
I'm trying to think of the places we had eaten, around there, and it was just like, we shouldn't have come here, But the good thing is they accidentally gave us an extra dessert, and so that was nice. But
it wasn't very good. The dessert.
But the dessert was fine. The food was just kind of.
Yeah,
and it was, but it's huge. They do have the shuttle that goes around, and that was kind of nice. The driver we had was really funny and informative, but yeah, I don't know. I've always wanted to stay in the pirate rooms, but I think I'll go with
it's only
you guys.
double beds at the pirate.
Only double
room,
beds,
so
yeah,
only
and
double beds.
they're also in the back of the resort too. So
Yeah. So I'll go with Coronado.
Coronado, yeah.
Sure.
I'm going Coronado, and here's the shocker because I have stayed at Destino Tower, and it felt way more deluxe than anything else in a moderate range there. So
Yeah.
I was like,
parsing those words very carefully. I like that.
I was like, okay, this is like, I could do this. It was good. It was
Nice.
good.
There you go.
I liked it.
All-Star Destino.
Yeah, I haven't been there. I haven't
Uh-oh.
even been there to check it out.
Mike.
Mike again?
Yeah.
Just hold up pictures of the resort you want to vote for.
What is wrong with this?
This is just Ryan Talks Like a Robot episode.
Yep.
I wonder if it's too late to take this thing back.
Probably.
They're probably closed tonight. Yes.
Yeah, probably tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
And we're down to 2.
Okay.
Good.
The good?
I think so.
I know I can't take it back tonight. But I mean,
So Winchester says the best part of SNL is the actors cracking, but in this case, it's the mic.
is it cracking again? Right now, I thought I heard
you're
cracking.
good.
You're fine. Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, this is going to be a monster to edit.
Oh, you'll be fine.
All right, so
I haven't stayed at either Coronado Springs or Caribbean Pirates. But like I just looked them up online.
Excellent.
And which I would prefer to go to, and it looked like I would prefer Coronado Springs.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah. Coronado moves on. Coronado is taking on the cabins at Fort Wilderness.
I got Fort W. Cabins at Fort W.
Fort Washington.
It's a George Bush themed resort. So.
Yeah.
Part of Disney's strategery.
I don't like it.
Check mine out. Okay, so I've stayed at the cabins. Have you guys stayed at the cabins?
Was there in last September. Yep.
I've toured cabins. I've looked at the cabins.
She's heard of them.
I've watched Cabin in the Woods.
I've stayed at a cabin before.
I had log cabin syrup.
Too close to camping for me.
I like the cabins. They're very nice.
They are actually very nice. I will say that.
I like the cabins, but unless you have a golf cart,
Yeah.
you need a golf cart, and that's an extra $67 per night. Plus, they only come in seats of 4. You can only reserve the 4-person golf cart. You have to take your chances with the 6-person golf cart, so that's a strike there. And it is a big resort.
Yeah.
So for those reasons, although I enjoyed my stay, I did like the full kitchen. It's not quite as big as you think it would be looking at that cabin. The bunk beds were nice, and I slept on the bunk bed. I actually had to sleep a little diagonal because they're not quite made for me. But I slept on the top bunk, and but I'm going to go with Coronado Springs in this particular matchup.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would stay at the cabins again unless I was given a really good discount or I was with a party of other people that was paying for it or whatever. Just because you got to have that golf cart. You got to have that golf cart.
Yeah, I also Coronado Springs. Again, haven't stayed either of these places. I looked at pictures, and I don't like outdoors. So Coronado Springs.
Yeah, if it wasn't for the transportation, then might consider it more. But yeah, I'll go with Coronado.
Now, if staying at the cabins gave you like unlimited access to Hoop-Dee Review, then
But it's not open.
Well, that's different.
It's not open right now. That's the problem.
yeah, no brainer. But yeah, I would pick Coronado.
Definitely, I think we all know that I'm
There we
sticking
go.
with Coronado on this one. Specifically, the tower.
Now, had we done this tournament a year ago, I probably would have gone with Fort Wilderness because they do have Hoop-Dee-Doo, and they have Trails In, and they have Mickey's Backyard Barbecue.
Yeah.
Reflections Resort was coming. They got the Boat to the Magic Kingdom, but all that's closed. So yeah,
Yeah.
Now it's just a trailer in the woods.
like your mic.
My mic again?
Yep.
Okay, do I need to stop and go get my other mic?
Hey, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm Central Time, so I'm good. Whatever. Poor Jen's got to get up in the morning.
9:15. Not too
All right,
bad.
I'll run upstairs and get the other mic. Right, hold on.
Okay, we'll talk about you.
Yes.
It'll be good. It'll be good.
I
No,
can't believe him. Okay.
Oh my
Believe this guy.
god.
We're still recording.
It's fun.
He's back.
He's back. I was thinking about this the other day, listening to another podcast about Disney World, and it was they were talking about their favorite trips and favorite things that happened, and they mentioned it was one of their first trips that they went on, and that was kind of the same for me as I feel like as my wife and I went on our honeymoon, and it was probably my second time going, and but that was like one of the best trips I've ever had because everything was still so new.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was a great time to go because it was Christmas and it was still when it wasn't super duper busy. It was 2005, and we had the best time. It was just us, and ever since then we've gone pretty much with kid in tow, except for maybe one or two times, but which is fine. It's fun, and that was the whole thing I thought about too. With masks, you can't see your kids smile. That's probably the worst part of it, right? You can't see your family smile, but otherwise it was, we're glad we went,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
Ryan, we've already advanced in the tournament, so right now we've got Saratoga Springs taking on All-Star Movies in the championship. I don't know what you want to vote, but
The only thing is I don't have a stand for this mic.
Oh,
Oh no.
My wife took the stand off, and I'm like, "Where's the stand?" She's like, "Well, I didn't
sometimes
want
you
it."
just got to take a stand.
Let's see. I'll balance it on this.
Make a
There we go. Can you hear me?
Of course.
Have it balanced on a lantern. All right. Okay, so
We'll start calling you MacGyver.
Make sure it's selected too. Is it?
Mine are piled
that
on
microphone?
books, which you can't see, but so
It
mine I got a
almost
big
sounds
stack
like
of books.
it's on the other mic.
Well, it probably sounds like crap because this mic is not as good as the other mic.
No, it's a
But it
fine
sounds
mic.
better than.
Yeah,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it
good.
sounds like it's
Okay.
further away than it is. I don't know.
It says it's on the blue
Okay.
snowball.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's because it's not on the stand. So
It's
like-
not in front of your face.
I mean, I can just do this. So, hi.
Please
That's
do.
perfect. Well, it doesn't sound like you're in a box full of crinkle paper, so you're good.
That's right.
That's what I was going for. Well, I guess I'm heading back to Best Buy. There's something I can set this on to make it higher.
It might be.
You're good.
It just might be a bad
Yeah, it's
cord.
fine. It's all good.
That's kind of what
You're
it sounded
good.
like.
I mean, it's not our show. We don't care. You're good.
I don't have to edit it.
That's right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I'll
that's the
edit.
thing. Oh, wait. Let's make it higher. Oh, that's going to fall.
Welcome to Stacking Things with Brian.
Should be like a YouTube channel.
What all can he stack?
I am stacked.
Oh, well.
You're good.
I'll just sort of like
We hear you fine.
lean down.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Let me hit record.
Yep.
And what were we? Coronado.
Coronado just advanced to the Enchanted 8, I believe.
Okay.
I love that you actually know the names for these things, like Enchanted and all these.
I do the movie tournament every year. This will be the 8th year coming
true.
up, so that's what I call it: the Fantastic
Nice.
Four and the Enchanted 8 and the Pixie Dust 16.
All right, so Coronado moves on to the Enchanted 8, is what we're calling it now.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of technical difficulties in this episode. My mic has gone bad, so I've changed to another mic. So if I sound different, it's just puberty.
It's
That's
because
all
you
it
do.
is.
We got a new ride.
He had to move to a tunnel.
I mean,
Yeah.
I guess because this is a resort bracket, we could call this like the Econo Lodge 8 or something.
I don't know what that is.
The Fairfield Inn 4. I mean,
All right, the next one is going to pit two together. I mean, you could call them the same resort, but they used to be separate resorts, but they've sort of come under an umbrella. Port Orleans French Quarter versus Port Orleans Riverside.
French Quarter all the way.
Yeah.
French Quarter beignets. Woo!
Yeah, that's
Love
what I was
French
going to
Quarter.
ask. Which one has the beignets? That's the one I'm at.
That's an easy one. We got to get this.
It's
over
one of my
with.
favorite
And
two
it's,
resorts. So
it's
yeah,
smaller too, right? So it's
Yeah.
easier to get
It
around.
is.
So
both
We'll,
the
we'll
Disney.
stay
stay
at
there.
Yeah, we'll stay at another place and then we'll go over just for the beignets.
Fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed. We were supposed to stay for our honeymoon at the Riverside because we were poor,
Aw.
just out of college. And then they saw that it was our honeymoon, and they bumped us up to the Polynesians.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
Nice bump
Nice.
up.
Yeah. So now we got French Quarter versus Coronado Springs.
French Quarter.
Beignets.
No, like-
French Quarter.
I've stayed at French Quarter, so I can confidently say French Quarter.
Coronado, give me Destino.
We could both vote for Coronado, but we still wouldn't make it through. So
Yeah. Well.
yes, Jen, you're still a loser.
that one sort of surprised me that French Quarter won, but yeah,
They have beignets. I don't
That's
They have
true.
I mean
What?
that's
not
fair,
to
though.
understand.
they
And you
do.
can hop on a boat, and 10 minutes later,
And
you're
you
holding
can-
a Gideon
There's
cookie.
probably been
Yes.
juleps there too.
Well, 12
There
I was
hours.
going to say 10 minutes and 12 hours later.
Yeah, you're
Or
holding-
get your whole time, go back to your room on the boat, and then come back.
Yeah,
You know,
there you go.
Yeah.
That's true.
There you go.
So French
All right.
Quarter has made it to the Fantastic Four.
Beef.
All right. Now the big one. We've
Big
We're gonna have to go
Deluxe.
I have much to
faster.
say about all of these.
Yeah, it was interesting looking at this, realizing how much or how many resorts they have as deluxe resorts versus moderate in value, because there's a whole lot. Now, basically, we've combined DVC resorts with the deluxe resorts because they're pretty much deluxe resorts, anyways.
Yeah.
Instead of doing a DVC side, because then that would have made a big, huge mess
Mhm.
of stuff. So let's just start off. I'll put the clubs together: Beach Club versus Yacht Club.
Jen, what are your
Oh,
thoughts
am I
on
gonna
Beach
start?
Club?
Yeah, I mean-
Yes,
Okay.
you started.
So
Just bougie.
personally, I enjoy the Yacht Club more than the Beach Club. They do both share the beautiful sand bottom pool, but the Yacht Club is slightly bougier, not quite so noisy. I find that there's a lot more kiddos running around at Beach Club, and I just really love the Yacht Club and the new curtains that are just beautiful. Club level preferably, but not a deal breaker.
Sounds like a dirty dancing competition here. We got the yacht club, the higher up people, and then you got the dirty
there's the spa.
dancers at the beach club. It's
Well,
great.
she's had the time of her life there. So
Mhm.
Hot yellow there. It's just.
I like the Beach Club theming more. I haven't stayed at Beach Club yet. I've been at Yacht Club and I enjoy it. I enjoyed it. I'll go with Beach Club just because I like the theming. It's a little brighter and a little more fun. It's the same exact layout pretty much for the rooms. It's just
it's the same layout.
one's darker themed because it's navigation and boats and stuff, and the other's beachy. And so yeah, I'm Beach Club.
Yachts.
Yeah, I'm Beach Club because Beaches of Cream. You know, I love Beaches of Cream, and I love the sort of the fun beach type vibe, like the old
Mhm.
coast beach type vibe there. And the pool there is my favorite pool on property.
Well, it's
Stormalong Bay.
Mhm.
amazing.
Is that the one
It
that
is
had the
amazing.
clown slide? That's now
No,
something
no,
Oh,
else?
that's the
no.
boardwalk.
Okay.
This is the one with the bottom of it is sand, so it's
Yeah.
like you're
And it's
in
like
the
a
ocean, but without all the nasty stuff.
Yeah.
Mm. I haven't stayed at either of these places, so again, I looked at pictures, and the beach club looks like you can sleep in a boat bed, so I went with the beach club.
Well, Chris, maybe you should start looking at the parking lots and figure out which one's going to be more comfortable when you're sleeping in your car. Like, if I'm in my car,
what I'm doing.
Which lot do I like better? Which has more shade? Which is more comfortable?
Exactly.
Jatron?
I've not been to either of these. My son likes boats. Yacht club sounds a little more fancier to me. So if I'm going to spend money, I guess I'm gonna.
Have you ever? Do you like ice cream?
I mean, yeah.
But
who doesn't?
But they're like.
But it's like right down. Yeah, it's like you can just go right over to it.
Oh, he likes boats. It's a boat that's a bed.
That's right. You said that was a boat that's a bed. Man,
it's a boat that's a bed.
But I don't know.
Have you ever had? Has anybody besides myself had the kitchen sink?
No.
I want to. I want to try it,
but I haven't.
I've been to
can't eat ice cream, so if you want me to die,
I've had the kitchen sink twice. And,
oh my gosh!
Well, it's not just me. It was
at the same time.
This is like the Gideon.
You know that scene?
They should put a Gideon cookie on top. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Oh my!
You know that scene in like Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure where the Napoleon's eating the ice cream? That's him.
Yes.
He's a piggy wiggy.
Yeah,
I'm still gonna go for yacht just because for the sake of going with it. So.
All right. Well, yeah, it has 12 scoops of ice cream, candy bars, cake, all kinds of stuff. We had it with some friends, and then we made one of our friends drink the melted portion of it.
Nice, yeah.
It was really funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
We dared him to do it, and he did it. So
he's no longer with us.
You can't
I would
allow
do
that now, anyways.
No, you can't do that.
Even the Rona wouldn't touch that.
Yeah.
Corona's like, I'm not touching that. Gross.
Yeah.
So Beach Club is moving on. Sorry, Yacht Club.
I can't be that sad about it.
Yeah.
Beach
it's a win
Club
for everybody
versus Boardwalk Inn.
Oh, we're moving up that way. Okay.
Well, if you're including the boardwalk, I mean the area right there in front of the boardwalk where Tutorial Forno is and where the bakery is and where the shop is, whatever, and plus I'm thinking about the gingerbread, the chocolate whatever carousel, something like that. I boardwalk. I'm going with all of boardwalk. I love boardwalk. It's one of my favorite deluxe resorts. I've stayed there before, and I love just that whole atmosphere of the boardwalk at night and the boats and everything. I love boardwalk, so I'm going to go with boardwalk on this one.
Sorry, Chris, I probably should have moved down, but
oh no, it's fine.
We're moving over to the right.
It's fine.
Doesn't matter. Who cares?
It's our show. We can do what we want.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
there's one for boardwalk. Sorry.
I'm gonna actually agree with David Dollar there, and I'm gonna go with the boardwalk. I love the lobby there, and I have that little carousel in the inside. I think is really cute, and I love the whole boardwalk area. If it was Yacht Club, I think I'd have a harder time, but I usually prefer boardwalk to Beach Club. Though.
Even that sign, when you pull up there, it's got boardwalk written in that big arch in the front. It just looks cool.
And they did get rid of the creepy clown pools, so that's a
Pennywise. The pool is gone.
Oh, but I like the creepy clown pool.
Creepy.
Didn't they misspell what they put up and replace it?
Yeah, they did. They had to fix it. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were trying to spell "you'll all float down here," and they decided to take that down too.
Especially if you use our life jackets.
2 for boardwalk. I'm probably still going to the beach club just because I love that pool so much, and I'm a pool guy. You know, like the pool.
But
and they
boardwalk has that entire lagoon area you can swim in. You should try that. Just jump right in.
Oh no.
Fine, yeah. What could go wrong? Don't worry about the friendships that pass you. It's fine.
Or security.
And beach club is close to Epcot, right? You can pretty much walk.
They all are.
Well, I mean, that's like the closest one, right?
Yeah, but it's like a 5-minute walk versus an 8-minute walk from boardwalk, so it's almost negligible. Yeah. I mean, unless you're just so full from eating that entire kitchen sink by yourself that those 3 minutes are crucial. You know,
that would be the reasoning. Yes.
Or you're thinking about it's Florida; it can rain at any time, so you're that much closer.
Very true.
That's true.
It doesn't matter. That's just what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the beach club. Oh, Chris.
Well, either one of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just pick one.
Just do it.
Sorry. Again, I haven't stayed at either of these places, but I have walked the boardwalk, and I do like walking the boardwalk.
There you go.
Yes.
So I'm gonna go with beach. No, go with boardwalk. I'm gonna go with the boardwalk.
I like the song on the boardwalk. So,
It's under the boardwalk.
yeah, that too.
Not on
Under the board. You're right.
I'm on the boardwalk.
It's my song. Leave me alone.
On the boardwalk. I think I'll sit right here.
Hey,
That's
it
how it
works.
goes.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with boardwalk just
I'm
for
a
all the
lone
reasons
beach guy.
that David Dollar described. So.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know otherwise.
Now we're gonna do the big three.
Oh.
All right.
It's interesting that you put these together. This is interesting.
They're all monorail.
I figured they'd all have high seeds, and you like separate those out. But this
Yeah.
is good.
That's what normal people would do.
That's what I would do if I was thinking about it. But
I wanted to make this interesting. Contemporary versus Polynesian.
Wow.
But I wanted to do the three on the monorail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So contemporary versus Polynesian. I'm going to go ahead and vote Polynesian because I love Polynesian. It's just, it's classic Disney. It's
It's going to change a little bit.
You feel, you got the straight on view of the castle there. You've got the beach. You've got the hammocks. You've got you feel like you're in Hawaii. You got the ohanas and it's open. I love ohanas. The luau. Yeah, it's got the volcano. It's got a volcano in the pool.
It's got a freaking volcano.
It's got a freaking volcano.
You could die.
Yeah. And it's where I stay for my honeymoon. So there we go. And it's like I've gotten free. Walking through the Polynesian is magical. One time we were walking through, and these two lifeguards walked up to us, to me and my wife, and said, "Hey, what you guys doing?" And we're like, "Just walking through the Polynesian." They're like, "You want a free fireworks cruise boat?" And we're like, "Well, yes." They're like, "Somebody canceled on us, and we've got all this food on there, so we're looking for somebody to go." So we just
I just ate a kitchen sink, so I don't think I can do it.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
And it has Dole Whip. It has.
It does have Dole Whip.
Yes.
Yeah, you had me at Dole Whip.
Yeah.
Polynesian. Polynesian. Me and my wife, we love like tiki stuff. We love like Hawaiian theme things. Like we've never been to Hawaii, but we have decorated in Hawaiian theme in our house. We just like it so much. I mean, yeah, we always go to Polynesian. We always love the food there, so I gotta go Polynesian.
Yeah, I'm going Polynesian as well. That's never stayed there, but I've been there plenty of times for eating purposes, and it's one of the
Tonga toast.
Yeah, I was going to say Tonga toast, pineapple with caramel, and and I guess Dole Whip. I mean, what other reasons do you need? But but yeah, it's where it's kind of my dream place to stay right now. But and it's on the monorail, of course. All of these are, but the Contemporary is a little too noisy, right? Because if you're in that main area with the monorail,
the atrium,
so it's, yeah, the atrium. Thank you.
The thing about the Contemporary for me is number one, it's got my favorite shopping location in all property, Fantasia and BVG. I love those two shops. They're two different stores for two different styles, and I love them both together. The second one up on that monorail, and you step off into that concourse with the mural right there. You're overlooking it's all the rooms. Mary Blair. It's one of my favorite visuals in all the property. I love seeing that whole monorail thing. The problem with Contemporary to me is it's got the atrium, which is the Contemporary, and then that garden wing building off to the side. Yeah. And I kind of feel like unless you're staying in the atrium, it doesn't really count because otherwise you're just staying in the annex location. Whereas Polynesian doesn't really have that. Polynesian is the Polynesian, and I love their atrium. And Polynesian has that distinct smell when you walk in. It's like Polynesian, and you got the great hidden Mickey right there on the front as you're walking in, and you got the tiki thing in the middle. And so I'm going to say before Disney decides to change it to South Pacific Islander resorts because it's offensive, I'm going to go with Polynesian on this because if the Contemporary didn't have that garden wing annex off to the side there, I would probably go Contemporary. But I'm going to say Polynesian. Stayed there, loved it. It's one of my favorite resorts.
I'm going to be the dissenting voice, and I'm going Contemporary. But now, granted, I stay at Bay Lake Tower typically, which has a delightful smell. It has the top of the world lounge.
It's the smell of
Well,
money.
that's later on. Bay Lake
Smells like a-
Tower is.
Wait, do we have Bay Lake
is-
Tower
It
later?
does.
Yeah, it's on there separate.
Yeah, so this is a
You
contemporary.
did
Separate.
separate it out.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still gonna go with the contemporary with Mary Blair, and I love the Wave also. And
You can
I just
walk
like
to
contemporary.
Magic
You
Kingdom
can walk to Magic
really
Kingdom.
easily.
Yeah.
I mean, heads up, whichever one wins this, I'm voting over the Grand Floridian in the next round. So just FYI. I mean, so
Hey, David, that's
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I did it like this.
not even.
it's like you knew. Oh, Jen, why are you texting me? You're fired. What? What?
If you say one more time.
All right, I think Polynesian takes that one.
Yep.
Which it'll move on to face the other monorail resort, which is the Grand Floridian. I think.
Oh,
Grand
yeah.
Orlando.
It's the okay. I know what this one is. Thunder in Paradise, right?
Hunter and
Hulk Hogan.
Are you talking about the Hulk Hogan
Hogan?
movie?
Yeah, that's where this was filmed.
Oh,
It was filmed,
Nice.
it was filmed at the Grand Floridian.
There you go.
see.
well, I'm changing my vote.
There's always an inlet.
Grand Floridian.
Three things that I will always think are overrated at Disney World. Number one, turkey legs. Number
Yes.
two, the Grand Floridian. Number three, Hocus Pocus, the movie. Three Disney
Oh
things.
wait, no,
completely
you lost
overrated.
me there.
Thank you. Can
Whoa.
somebody back me up on this?
I'm
Hocus
just-
Pocus thing?
I said it, and I
Lost
stand by
me,
all of
Hocus
that.
Pocus.
Thank you, Chris.
Oh.
Doozies is wonderful. Hocus Pocus is great.
Now, also offended, I honeymooned at the Grand Floridian. It is my home. I love it.
I honeymooned at
honeymooned
Caribbean
at-
Beach, and I still voted Coronado.
I honeymooned at Hocus Pocus. I don't know what.
That explains a lot, actually.
Did you light the black light candle?
If
Does
you
that
think
get
about
you?
the
It does. It explains a whole
Sorry.
lot.
Yeah.
He was in his Bette Midler phase of his life.
well,
Hey, itching pie. Come on. Okay.
So Jen, I'm guessing. Yeah,
did you blow out the candle?
Jen, I'm guessing you're going to pick Grand Floridian.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Polynesian for me.
I've stayed at both, and when I stayed at the Grand Floridian, it was for. I didn't pay to stay there. It was for a conference that I was speaking at that they put me up there, and I felt like I told my wife when we went to the room, I was like, "Don't touch anything." I'm like, I don't think we could touch anything in here. It's just like you're in a
True.
museum or something. Like, don't touch anything. We don't want to break anything. So I did. The only thing I liked, well, I liked the Grand Floridian, I guess. I like that their quick service places like open like all the time, basically.
24 hours.
Yeah,
or it
got
was
it.
anyway.
24 hours.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
yeah, I don't know about during COVID. I don't think during
That
COVID.
was cool. But I'm a Polynesian guy, hands down. So that's for me.
well, they have a walkway now too
True.
There's the walkway.
at the Grand Floridian.
And they have Victoria and Albert.
But if you stay at the Grand Floridian, are you going to walk to the Magic Kingdom? Or are you going
No.
to have
I
your
did.
car pick you up?
Your
Oh,
driver.
no, we monorail to the Magic Kingdom and walk back.
Oh.
That's good.
Because we can.
I feel
So
like
we're
one
off
of the
snack.
normal people.
Well, I want to live in Lilo and Stitch movie, so I'm Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Okay, you're all wrong.
Yeah.
It's,
Catherine, did you vote Polynesian?
I'm Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Yeah. What was the lady that used to be? I don't think she's there anymore at the Grand Floridian with the bears. What was that lady's name?
Yes.
Oh shoot, I can't think of her name, but no, she hasn't been there, and she actually was ill the one time.
Yeah.
The,
I know.
pre-COVID. But I saw her
I
many
thought that was
times.
interesting. Yeah. I've been in the hotel but never stayed there.
It's nice.
You know what I find is kind of crazy, and I'm sure everybody realizes this, but is the prices for these hotel rooms per night is just crazy, because if you go stay at a nice hotel that's not at Disney World, it's a lot nicer than a lot of these hotels, to stay at.
Oh, they're not $5.
for less money.
Yeah.
They're not,
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
Oh,
go to
George,
Disneyland.
that's
Disneyland.
how it's gonna be.
It's so crazy to
You
me.
also can't
that-
walk out of the Hyatt in downtown Orlando for $325 a night and see Cinderella's castle or
I
Space
know,
Mountain
I know,
or see a
I
boat that
know.
will take you to those things.
I
you
thought
know.
about that too.
So that's
I know.
what you're
It's
paying.
part of it.
That's why I'm
It
DVC.
is, but it's still crazy.
Like when we'd go to Disneyland, we never stayed at a Disneyland resort because those were super expensive.
Well, there's no reason to.
And yeah, so we just stayed in a place that was
car.
right near it in a car.
Yeah.
Disneyland Hotel. I love the Disneyland.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like super nice, but like.
Yeah.
But I've stayed in several of the ones there in front of Disneyland as well, so I understand.
It's all within walking.
So I put the lodges against each other. So we have the Animal Kingdom Lodge versus the Wilderness Lodge.
This is the hardest one of the match of the tournament.
This is the hardest one.
Not
of the
to me.
match.
Not to me.
I'm good. No.
The Animal Kingdom Lodge has animals. Duh. And if you're lucky enough to get a room, you'll have animals out your balcony. If you're lucky enough.
Yep.
But for some reason, it rarely happens with us. But the thing that I love the Animal Kingdom Lodge, but the thing I don't like about it is it takes forever to get anywhere. Anywhere. And there's some places where you stay, like if you stay in Kidani Village, you go in one elevator and you get off and you're like, nope, sorry, you've got to go down the hallway to get to this other elevator to get on that elevator to get to someplace else.
Or catch a van to the front of the resort where it's the regular Animal Kingdom Lodge, so you can eat.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I love it's very romantic. It's probably like one of the most romantic places to stay with the balcony looking over the savannah.
Savannah. The Savannah.
Fancy, it's the Savannah.
Savagnier.
Oh my. That's my mint julep.
And the restaurant,
Sanaa.
the bread service is great. And the food is great. But the Wilderness Lodge.
It's wilderness.
It's
wow.
It's easier to get around. It's got a boat to the Magic Kingdom. And it's it's got a geyser.
Oh well.
And a point.
And at Christmas time, it's like
it's beautiful.
Beautiful. And they have this new section that has this restaurant, which I forget what it's called. It's outside. It overlooks the lake.
Hang on, I'll get it here in a second. It's
man.
Oh, why did you? Oh,
sorry.
No, it's right there.
It's an outdoor restaurant, pretty much, that overlooks the lake. This very beautiful, like at sunset, and they have one of the best burgers on property.
It's fantastic. They have a bison burger. It's so good.
It's not Geyser Point, right?
No, Geyser Point.
Copper.
That's it.
Okay, I thought, that's it.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because you said Geyser, I was like, there's a point too, right?
Yeah, that's it. Geyser
Nobody
Point.
gets me.
Is there a point to this, really?
Yeah. So this was really hard. This was really hard for me to pick. Maybe somebody.
Now that you've said all that about Animal Kingdom Lodge, it kind of makes me want to go Wilderness Lodge, just easy. But no, I love both resorts. These are both of these resorts are the only deluxes I've stayed in 3 times each. So I love both of these. I love the look of both of these. But you're absolutely right. Animal Kingdom Lodge is way the heck out there.
It's way out.
And it's really not that far. But when you consider how close everything else is to each other, it's kind of far out there. Wilderness Lodge, I love Whispering Canyon restaurant.
Yes.
I love how fun that is. I love the boat to the Magic Kingdom. It's just a peaceful ride. I'm gonna go Wilderness Lodge on this one.
Isn't it weird that that it you can't just walk over to Animal Kingdom though? I know it's
that. Oh yeah.
It's like why did they make it like right there?
But it's more challenging.
Yeah. I know, but I mean,
just you know what? Just
like
snag a giraffe
easy.
and have the giraffe
Yeah.
take you. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
You can reach up to your window, you slide down them like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And for that reasoning, I'm picking Animal Kingdom Lodge because I'm going to slide down a giraffe.
He's gonna ride a giraffe to the.
Now I'm picking Animal Kingdom Lodge. It's just I haven't stayed at either of them. I would love to stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge at some point, but it's been a long time since we've stayed at Disney, but GEEKO's. Like, I don't know how it is now, but like we would love to go into
It's not there
GEEKO's.
right now.
Well, I'm sure it's not there right now.
She
but,
closed.
like, but yeah, but we love
She
eating at
closed.
GEEKO's. So I would probably pick Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Fun fact: if you actually get a certain room at Grand Floridian, you can see debutantes wearing floppy hats, drinking mimosas outside your window. And so, yeah, that's always fun.
Oh well, can I pick that one?
Quick service area.
Katrin, did you pick? I don't.
It's
I
the
did not
Savannah,
pick
Georgia
yet.
view. Sorry.
I'm going with Animal Kingdom. This is where my wife and I had our honeymoon, so it's got a special place in my heart.
No, Jen, I don't think you picked Jen.
I've not picked Jen.
I can't afford it now, but it's definitely my favorite. And we talked about maybe going back for our 20th, which is not too far away. But looking at the prices, I'm like, but
DVC.
if we don't, then we could go again next year. You know, it's like, and that's why we stay at Pop most of the time, is because we were going to stay at Port Orleans this last time, and we were like, but we could save this amount of money and then go again, you know, not have to worry about it as much. So that's kind of our rationale. But again, I'm Animal Kingdom. So.
Well, Jen, we haven't voted yet, so it could
Yeah,
come
you're
down to the
right.
time. So what do you got there for me?
Okay, I'm gonna go with Wilderness Lodge, and I do love both because, and I've stayed both multiple times. But I don't. There's something about Wilderness Lodge I just really love, the theming and everything, and that's about the closest you're gonna get me to camping. So.
Yeah.
There you go.
I think
See, I'm not even getting that close. So
yeah. These are very close for me, but I was chased by a snake at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So
you're gonna
Awesome.
pick
That's awesome.
Animal
It's-
Kingdom Lodge.
It's an adventure.
Yeah, it's an experience. It's like,
No.
I'm Indiana Jones. Like,
That's
we
right.
were,
Yeah.
we were laying at the pool and the snake
I
came
hate
out
snakes.
underneath my chair. And like I was like, nope. And I went and told like somebody there working there, and I'm like, there's a snake over there. And they're like, what? Really?
Snake in my
And I'm
room.
like, yeah, it's a huge snake. And they're like, we don't know what to do. Like they literally are like, we don't know what to do.
Oh my
So they went and found somebody else, and then they found somebody else, and then they found this. It was an ordeal.
Well, I mean, if you're staying at a place called Animal,
Yeah, Kingdom.
Lodge.
Yeah,
You should expect.
You should
to see
expect-
some wildlife.
yeah,
yeah.
snake.
Accurate.
So that's not.
And
it.
the pool smells like flamingo poop. So
Again, Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Animal Kingdom.
so I
Kind
think
of the reason why we like it.
Yeah.
I love Animal Kingdom Lodge, but I think I'm going to pick Wilderness Lodge because of the close vicinity to Magic Kingdom and the pageant, the parade.
Oh,
the
the
parade.
electrical water pageant. Mhm.
Yeah.
Beauty.
And you're right there by the Fort Wilderness campsites too. You can just take a boat right on over there.
You actually can.
Yeah.
All right, that was a surprise. I thought Animal Kingdom was going to take that one.
Ah.
Wilderness pulled it through,
That
and it's going up against
snake ruined
Old-
everything.
It's going up against Old Key West Resort now. This is a sort of a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, this is an easy one for me.
I used to
Just get it.
love Old Key West, and then this last trip we stayed there, and it has seen better days.
It needs a little
It
loving.
needs a lot of loving. It smelled like molds in our room. There was mold on the wall. We had to switch rooms like twice.
Ugh.
So I'm going Wilderness Lodge.
Yeah, Wilderness
Sounds
Lodge
good.
for me.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Wilderness
need
Lodge.
to-
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Sounds good.
All I had to
That
say
was
was,
Moving
all
along.
I had to say was black mold, and you're like, oh, Wilderness Lodge.
Well, I was
Oh,
looking
no.
ahead of the bracket. I would have gone Wilderness Lodge anyway. I mean,
Same.
Yeah.
I
Same.
thought
Has
Animal
the word
Kingdom was
old
going to
in the
go
other ones?
for, so I didn't even look up Old Key West. So
I mean, it
It's
has
really
the word old.
it's
Why
a-
do you want to go?
It's another big resort. Like
Yeah.
it's
it's
very
one of the first
sprawling.
DVCs, and
It
the
is
rooms
the
are really
first.
large, actually.
Yeah,
Rooms are
first
really
DVC.
large.
It's really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's, if you're in a pinch for DVC,
It
stay
just
there.
needs a little. Just
Yeah.
needs a little
Yeah.
zhuzhing up.
All right.
Shh.
Bay Lake Tower versus Riviera Resort.
This one hurts my heart because this is difficult.
I've stayed at Bay Lake Tower. I have not stayed at Riviera Resort, but I've eaten at Riviera Resort at their quick service place, and the burger was
Amazing.
so good.
It's,
Yeah, it's good
all
food.
the food at Riviera is amazing.
Those pancakes, man. The lemon pancakes are awesome.
Bay Lake
Yeah.
Tower looks to me, as somebody who grew up an hour north of Panama City Beach, and spent time there during spring break and during summers and stuff, Bay Lake Tower looks like a large, really nice high tower that kind of overlooks Club La Vila and next to the Sharkies and such over the beach. So I'm going to go Riviera only because I like the food, I like the atmosphere, I love the look of the building, and they did some really great things with our son who has allergies whenever we ate there.
Cool.
So I'm going Riviera. And I'm going to pick it over Saratoga, too, because I'm not a big fan of Saratoga. So, just throw it in there. I mean,
I haven't stayed at either of these places. Again, I looked at pictures.
Chris is my man. I love it.
And you like the parking lot better at.
And I like the parking
Riviera's
lot better
new.
at Riviera.
Yeah.
And it has the Skyliner.
Yeah, that's the Skyliner.
Yep.
But you cannot walk to Magic Kingdom like you can from Bay Lake Tower.
That's true.
Yeah.
However,
You can see the castle from one of those rooms too,
That's
right?
correct.
Yeah, you can see the castle.
From one of them. Just one. Only one.
Just one.
just one of them.
Whichever room Jen's
One
in,
side.
it's that one.
Correct. No, I'm gonna have to give it to Riviera. I was incredibly impressed when I was down there for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway opening, and we stayed there, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah.
Wow, we were down there at the same time. I was there for the opening too.
Yeah, probably saw each other.
Yeah, before the world shut down. Yes, I was
right
there.
before the world shut down.
Yep.
Yeah,
They
Yep.
they have a bocce ball court there too.
Yes, they do have bocce ball.
they do.
Yep.
I think I mean, I'm voting for Riviera too, just because of all the stuff. The only thing Bay Lake Tower has is a walk to the Magic
Big Lower.
Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then the special DVC
In the lounge at the top.
lounge.
See, I haven't even seen that because I'm not DVC. I'm not rich, so I can't get in there.
Well,
But-
next time we're there together, I'll take you on.
Sounds
up.
good. Sounds good.
Fancy.
All right.
All right, so that takes Riviera against Saratoga Springs. I think this is an.
This is still a
Sweet.
no-brainer.
Yeah, Riviera.
Although I do have
Move
to
on,
say, I
Riviera.
did just tour the Saratoga refurbished rooms.
Oh,
Whoa, better. Much, like very much cleaner looking, like a more
Very much cleaner.
streamlined. I mean, not that it wasn't clean, but you know what I mean. Like just a cleaner look. It was a lot more streamlined, and I was very impressed with the new.
Well, and I find Saratoga to be very much prettier than some other resorts too. But I liked Saratoga. I don't want to say it sounded like I said I hated it. I didn't hate it. I like it. Fair enough. I stayed there a couple of years ago. I would rather stay at Riviera. I think.
Kind of
And it's-
ordinary.
Yeah, it
right?
is. I'd rather stay at Old Key West actually. I haven't stayed there yet, but
I
kind of
wouldn't.
the same theming or the same look of the resort. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And it's got the outdoor, like your doors go.
It's an
on
outdoor
top hallway.
entry.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
it's like a motel sort of.
yeah.
It's nice.
I looked at this one.
My
I
Yeah.
looked this one up as well, and I saw they had a spa at Saratoga Springs.
They do. have-
yeah.
So I went with Saratoga Springs because I
There you go.
want a back rub.
I
Saratoga's
actually really
spot.
like how you think, Chris. Like I'm
thank you.
impressed that you. Yeah, I like. how you
And their parking lots are kind of sectioned off into smaller areas.
There
so
you
you'd
go.
be able to
Yeah.
park there and sleep very comfortably there without
think.
worrying
Yeah,
about
that's true.
75 cars.
Perfect.
Like, so that's
And you
great.
can walk
And-
to Disney Springs.
Yes,
I
you can.
get out of the car like I got a crick in my back
Yeah.
at the spa.
There you
And
go.
See, that'd be perfect for you.
Mhm.
I am still going Riviera though because it's bougier. Let's just be real. So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think I'm going to Riviera too.
I stayed on the floor at the Saratoga Springs with my family at Ryan's suite that he had. We slept on an air cushion,
on an air mattress.
air mattress.
Oh, sorry.
It was my son's first trip.
Oh.
And he's like, "You can stay with us for free." I was like, "Great."
It's trying to be nice.
It was. I mean, he was a lot smaller then, so it was easy.
Yeah.
But
I allowed you to stay indoors.
you did. Yeah.
You didn't have to leave in your car.
Yeah, didn't have to sleep in
Yeah.
your car.
Yep.
Well, okay,
Riviera.
Riviera. Okay, Boardwalk versus Polynesian.
Polynesian.
I'm just going to go out and say Polynesian for me.
Polynesian. I got
Polynesian.
Still got to go Polynesian.
That's 3 for
I
Polynesian.
mean, our votes don't matter at all, David. So I think I'm going to throw a dissenting vote just to. give it
I'm
some
going to say
recognition.
Boardwalk
Just
too.
because.
I'm going to
I'm
say
gonna give
Boardwalk. as
Oh,
well.
wow.
Only
There
because
you go.
you actually can walk to a theme park from Boardwalk, whereas you have to have a
There you
little
go.
help with Polynesian.
Correct.
Especially right now.
Polynesian's already won, so I'm
Yeah.
with you. I don't want it to be a blow.
I mean, I'm not mad that Polynesian won. Like,
You
As
can't
long as
even-
Grand Flow didn't win, I'm good. I'm good.
You can't even ride the monorail at Polynesian right now, right?
correct. You
No.
cannot ride the
Not
monorail.
right now,
So-
but
I mean,
right
that'll
now.
change.
Yeah,
But you can ride the Skyway at the Boardwalk.
I mean, you're saying
Yeah.
it's a closer distance or whatever to me, but I'm just like, I can stay the day at the Polynesian.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's.
Yeah, just walk around.
But
Yeah,
I
it's
would
volcano.
Eat
so.
Dole Whip all day.
Sit on the beach. Maybe.
Go to the what's the
There might be alligators.
oh wait, do they have the what's that bar, the tiki bar?
Oh yeah,
Trader
they have
Joe's?
Trader
Trader
Sam's.
Trader Sam's. They got
Yep.
Trader Sam's.
Yeah,
Well,
they got Trader Sam's.
They do have Trader
Might
Sam's.
change its name. So.
Oh, random story about Trader Sam's, and I've told the story 1,000 times, and so if you've already heard it, who cares? When we were there a couple of years ago, I was with a group of agents down there, and apparently the day before, because I had just missed it, the day before, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. were in there,
Nice.
Oh,
and apparently Chris Evans threw his card down and told the bartender he wanted to buy everybody's drinks,
What?
and the bartender was
Wow.
like, "It's going to be kind of expensive. Are you sure?" And this was, I think, Civil War had just come out, and so Chris Evans was like, "It's been a good year." So, yeah, I missed that.
Nice.
Unfortunately, they had each Robert Downey each had their own bungalow, Polynesian bungalow, which
Wow.
I mean, not that they couldn't afford it because I think they're okay, but yeah.
They're doing all right.
You know what would make that story even like better is if Robert Downey was getting ready to put the card down and Chris Evans goes on your left and puts his card down.
Oh.
As Robert tries to cover it back up, I can do this all day.
Go get your suit.
Put on the suit. Give me the card. Put on the suit. Give me the card.
On your left. Okay,
Do
so
it.
Wilderness versus Riviera.
Wilderness.
Riviera.
Oh, 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
This one's going to be a more.
Well, I've never stayed in Riviera, so
Yeah.
I have a lot of experience at Wilderness Lodge. So that's why I'm giving it to Wilderness Lodge.
I'm gonna let everybody else go and hope I don't have to.
I'll go with Riviera.
Oh. Well, then to make Chris go, I'll go with Wilderness.
Chris, you know what the right answer is.
I love my brother.
Well, I was going to pick Wilderness anyways, just so you know.
Apparently it's gonna go up against what Polynesian.
Polynesian,
So
so-
whatever you
I mean,
answer.
Yeah, it really doesn't
This
matter.
really doesn't matter to
Well,
me.
whatever
Yeah.
you answer is going to change my answer in the next round. So
Oh.
yeah,
Oh.
for me.
I'm just
So,
saying, you know what the right answer is.
Actually, I don't. I don't know who voted for what.
I voted Wilderness. David voted Wilderness.
I voted Riviera.
And I voted Riviera.
I haven't stayed at Riviera, so I can't really.
yeah.
I haven't
I'm
stayed
gonna
at either
go with-
one, but
I'm gonna go with Riviera because Ryan made me choose.
Yes!
There
Winning!
and it has the Skyliner, a bocce
Well,
ball
there you
court,
go.
and a really good fast service.
Really
quick
good.
service
Skyliner and a
place.
sport I'll never play. It'll be great.
Oh,
And it's
Riviera's also
They
got
have a coffee
Topolino's
bar.
too, which is really good.
Oh, that's true.
yeah.
Their breakfast is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Their breakfast is
Yeah.
fantastic. And they have a coffee bar. Did I mention they have a coffee bar?
Yes, true.
With coffee.
Yeah,
Now,
she
I
likes,
would never.
she likes that a latte.
Good thing.
Ba-dum.
I never would have guessed Riviera would have made it this far. I mean, because there's a lot of
Yeah, competition.
competition. So Polynesian versus Riviera. For me, it's Polynesian all the way.
I gotta go. Paul.
Yeah, I go Polynesian.
Polly.
Riviera!
There you go.
So then we go back to the first matchup that we decided on like 2 hours ago. Was it Art versus
Although,
something?
wait, if we're doing the Fantastic Four, wait, are we down to the four? So then actually it's Riviera and Polynesian versus...
Yeah, which is Art versus French
Oh.
Quarter, I believe.
Yeah,
Is that right?
Art
French
versus
Quarter.
French Quarter.
Yep.
Okay, that's easy.
Okay.
French Quarter.
Yeah, I'm going French Quarter on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's beignets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guess what? Port Orleans French Quarter over Polynesian. Yeah, I said it.
Oh.
No.
That's my champion.
No.
Wow.
He's wrong.
Wow.
So
So
since you guys said... So since you voted Polynesian, so then it's Polynesian versus French Quarter, and Polynesian wins.
Wow.
yeah,
I gotta go Polynesian.
Yeah.
Polynesian.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking of all these places food-wise, and like there was like
Yeah.
Oh, it's a big
beignets,
part of it.
but now
Beignets,
there's
man.
Dole Whip, so I gotta
Dole
steer
Whip
to-
and Tonga Toast.
and Tonga
Yes.
toast.
That's a
and
twofer.
And the
pineapple,
bread pudding.
caramel.
There's bread pudding.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so this tournament, is this our favorite resort or the best resort? Which there's a difference in the two.
There is.
Yeah.
Uh,
I think we've kind of gone with favorite.
Favorite, because I'm
for
gonna
the
go with
most
French Quarter
part.
with favorite. If this is the best resort, I
Yeah.
have to go Polynesian. And so, yeah.
Well, then let's go Pesters.
when you think about if you think about the amenities,
Doesn't matter.
the
He's
things that are
outvoted
available.
anyway.
I
Well, I
called
mean,
it
it's
the
like-
top resort of Walt Disney World is what I called it. So
Well, I mean, if we made
Still
people
up
decide
to
between Jen
interpretation.
and I, which one's the best, which one's the favorite, she'd obviously get the best, but I would be the favorite. There's a difference in the question. So,
Although arguably the Polynesian does rank up there a lot.
Oh, I love the
A lot of-
Polynesian.
Yes.
French Quarter is my favorite resort, so it's easy for me.
so that's one for French Quarter.
So one
And
wrong
everybody else.
answer.
And everybody else Polynesian?
Four right answer.
Again, good
thinking
luck.
of transportation for the French Quarter, they share with Riverside, right?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit longer of a traveling to places sometimes,
Yeah.
but otherwise it's.
So
Almost
now we
have-
go to the second tournament of the night, which is the restaurant tournament.
Oh my God.
Polynesian.
Polynesian.
Victoria and Alberts. I win.
All right. Woo.
Deluxe Burger taking on Pecos Bill. So,
Wow.
There we have it.
Old Pecos Bill.
Giant Rice Krispie treat.
Well, that's a
covered
good
in
question,
chocolate.
Katrin. That's a valid question.
So there we have. We have crowned the top resort at Walt Disney World.
yes.
The
According
Polynesian
to
Village, whatever
You're
they
welcome.
call it now. What do they call it now? The Polynesian.
Village Resort.
Moana's Polynesian Village. I mean,
Sponsored by Moana.
Yeah.
It's gonna be.
Right.
With a little hint of Lilo and Stitch.
Was it okay? So, quick question: was it Art versus Art and Riviera? Were those the two that didn't make it to the finals out of the final four?
Art and
Yeah.
Riviera. Yeah.
So what's their favorite between those
Art.
two? Art and Riviera.
Riviera.
Let's get a third place
Riviera.
here.
Riviera.
Okay.
Riviera,
See, I'd say Art,
yeah.
but okay. Well, Riviera's your third place.
Probably
I mean,
go
it-
with
Arch or
Art,
fourth.
but,
Riviera.
Both are on the Skyliner, but both have decent foods, or one has really good food.
One has the Nemo room.
But then if you go back to like what do I see myself staying at and like affording, it'd go back to Art. It's like, so I kind of took this as there's no budget
Right.
here.
Oh, yes.
It's, so
Really,
This has
if we're
actually
going-
been a big plug for their travel agency. So
Well, what's funny is with the promotions going on now, save up to 35% on your room rate, or
that's right.
get 3 days tickets, get 2 days free with a qualifying package.
Correct.
Yep.
We can put you in
Oh,
just
we-
about any of these open resorts for a very good price.
That
And
is
I've actually been
absolutely true.
surprised at how good these numbers are on the prices
They are.
as compared to last
Yeah,
year.
right now it's pretty crazy.
I mean,
good.
Disney's like, please come. You know,
Which
Really, if I'm
that's
picking
crazy.
a place to stay, I'd go with the Disney Wonder. But that's just
Well, I mean,
there
that's,
we
that's
go.
valid.
that's just me.
I mean, you don't want to wait for the Wish to come out in 2022.
Oh, I mean, I'll go then, but like right now,
you were supposed to be on a trip recently,
like
right?
yeah, and like this past like December
Oh,
or January,
Yeah.
I don't know.
January, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're supposed to be on a cruise. Actually, yeah, like this past week, I guess. We were-
I was going to say we're still in
Aw.
January, so.
but yeah, we had to push it out.
Oh.
No.
Out to sea. To push
Yeah.
it out.
hmm
Putting it on its
One big
Like
petri
the
dish just floating out there, and
you may want to break this up into 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Well, it probably has some natural breaks. Well, not natural.
Not
but,
Well, it does have
some
break.
technical breaks.
Anyways, so there we go. It's Polynesian. Yeah, I'm excited. This-
That's
it
good.
was my favorite. So
It's mine.
it's my.
I mean, it's a good resort.
Or
Yeah,
one
it's
of
good
mine.
resort. And you can walk over to the Grand Floridian for.
Not mad at all. Not, the Polynesian's good. It's a good pick.
I do frequently walk from the Grand to the Polynesian.
Yeah, well there you go. See?
I stay at the Grand. I do that frequently.
Are you required to carry a parasol with you at all times at the Grand Floridian?
I mean, just only if it's really sunny out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
if
My
I
you-
try-
wife carries one, and she's the cutest thing ever when she's got it because she's not quite as bougie as Jen. She'll do moderate,
Oh,
but only
Steph has-
moderate. But she's got a parasol. So.
Now, Steph has the potential to be as bougie as me.
She just doesn't have the money to be as bougie as you. Otherwise,
Yeah.
she would.
Listen, if I bring Steph under my wing for about a week, she'll be as bougie as me.
There we go.
So if you excuse yourself there, do you have to go, excuse me, I have the vapors? And then, oh,
I need a powder my nose.
oh my.
Bring me a mimosa. Pip pip.
You pinkies up. You do have to do the pinky up thing.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Just the whole time you're walking around.
Both
you just have
pinkies.
to-
only if you're at the high tea. When you have high tea.
I do want to go to the character breakfast there, the character meal, whatever.
Oh, the 1900 Park Fair.
Yeah, because my son loves
fun.
Mary
It's
Poppins, and
And,
I think
and they
he would
have
fun.
they have chilled strawberry soup, which is
Which is
amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
I've been there.
Come on.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah. And again, Victorian Alberts. They have Victorian Alberts.
There you go.
Well, that's so much fun. Anyways, all right.
We're all
They have
exhausted.
Victoria Alberts. Let's all change it. Grand Floridian. That's the winner.
That's right.
No.
We've changed.
No.
All Nations your winner. Thank you for joining us. Where can people find you guys? We're just gonna make
Not
sure
your
everybody knows-
address.
Not your address. Well, I mean, you can give that out if you want to.
And not your favorite stores or restaurants.
Oh, wow.
Jen, go ahead.
You can find me at the Grand Floridian. You can find me at Upon a Star Jen everywhere. And my personal Instagram is at Jen_Novotny.
You can find me online on Instagram at the Magic on a Dollar. It's the is very important. The Magic on a Dollar. Find me on Facebook, Magic on a Dollar, and Disney on a Dollar, 2 different pages. And of course, you can find our show, the Main Street Electrical Podcast, the MSE Podcast on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, and of course, the MSEPodcast.com. Show comes out every Thursday as well. Of course, Jen has another Disney podcast called Divas Dish Diz. It's the original Diz Dishers.
Correct.
I have another podcast called the Deucecast Movie Show where I talk movies. Mine's out on Wednesdays. Hers is out just whenever they do it. And yeah. so yeah. And you guys are going to be on our show at some time in February. We're gonna make that happen. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the top resort hotel at Disney World.
Yes. It
We're gonna
might
do the
sound
top
a lot like
3
this one.
Disneyland resorts. We'll just those 3 in a round robin tournament.
Now, if our listeners or viewers, have questions about booking a Disney trip, same place? Would they find you at the same place, or do they go someplace else for that?
Any of those same places, you can direct message us on any of those places, or info at Upon a Star Travel.
AponAStarTravel.com. Yeah, just mention iamGEEK show, and we'll make sure we get you taken care of.
Yeah.
Whoa.
If you book a trip and you mention the iamGEEK show, I will send you a gift card to buy you a Dole Whip. You and your family a Dole Whip. I will do that person.
Wow.
So yeah, you and your party each get a Dole Whip on me if you
Now we're
mention
talking.
I saw you at iamGEEK and I want to book a trip or I want to talk to you about a trip.
All right,
So,
Absolutely.
so I saw you at
absolutely. Give me your credit card, book that trip, and
I think I'm
bundle
gonna-
is coming out.
You at the
Well,
nicest parking space at the Polynesian.
That's right.
I'm going to say that when I talk to you.
Absolutely, I will buy you a Hawaiian Dole Whip.
Oh, yes. Anyways, well, thank you guys so much for joining us.
Absolutely, it's been a delight.
Yeah, so much
Yeah.
fun.
And thank you to our listeners and watchers. This has been episode, I'm going to get it wrong, 178 of I Am Geek. And we'll be hearing from you, or you'll, gosh. See, I'm going to have to edit this part too.
This is episode 178, 179, and 180.
Yeah, this has been a bunch of episodes. I'll probably have to fix this in post, or it may be a super episode 178. I don't know. You'll find out because you'll be listening to it.
You'll know already.
You'll know already. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week on I Am Geek. Oh man, we're still on YouTube, aren't we? Thank
Yes.
you, YouTube, for holding in there.
Yes, thank you.
Oh,
Just
God.
edit the entire thing tonight and release half of it tomorrow, half of it on Thursday.
No.
we just have to do this whole thing over again.
That's right.
This is
Start
one
and
of those that I just need a break from for a couple of days
Yeah.
before I start editing it. It's just going to be a mess. Not because of you guys, but because of this.
I don't think it'd be that bad. I mean, you have to zip through and listen to the breaks on the microphone,
Yeah.
but there's only 2 or 3 times, then you change your
Yeah.
mic.
Yeah,
so it
and then
wouldn't be that bad.
it'll be
Well,
fine.
and he had to stop and start it, so you actually have it cut up
Yeah.
already, right?
Mhm.
Well, it's sort of cut up, but I have to go in there and make it fit where it's not like,
Yeah. Oh, I know.
hey.
Yeah.
No, leave that in. That's good.
We made it, Winchester. Yes, we made it. We did it.
Shoot.
I had fun.
I'm going to go downstairs and my
Oh,
wife's
so
going to be like,
much
that was a long show.
It's
Where
like, it's
are
still
you?
going on. I got to go
An
back
hour.
up there.
Yeah.
I took a
This is
break.
just halftime. Yeah.
Now this is iamGEEK After Dark, so this is where stuff gets crazy.
It's still dark at my house.
Interestingly enough, our last episode was Divas After Dark almost. So.
Uh-oh.
Well,
No,
sure, her co-host is really funny,
My
but her
co-host.
co-host kind of doesn't edit herself sometimes, and so
Oh, no.
it's kind of fun because the progression of episodes, Jen would edit a lot, but over the last however many episodes, Jen's like, whatever, just I don't care.
No, literally, I just said just stop
it's-
marking them clean
yeah.
because I'm not gonna bleep
She
every
doesn't have
time
time
you
for
say something. I'm not gonna do it. And so then we had an episode where we had on Big Fat Panda, Aaron H. Goldberg, and then her husband, who we call the Brit. He's not British. It's a long story, but let's just say all together there was mayhem, and I was just like,
They did talk about Disney like for 3 minutes out of the whole hour.
no, there were probably at least 7 minutes of Disney talk in
Well,
everything
it was interesting. So.
else. It was
I should have just held the mic like this the whole time.
It's just
I
like,
don't know if there's any Doctor Who fans, but there's a
Yeah.
creature from Doctor Who that holds a
You make me.
spear in their hands.
That reminds me of like the Bugs Bunny cartoon when they had the Bing Crosby character on
Yes.
there going a ba 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 boo.
Yeah.
Oh man! Now, who would have thought that I would buy this microphone, but it wouldn't work? I'd have to go back to this.
no,
one.
wait. Is that a Yeti?
Yeah.
See, my Yeti's fine, but I'm wondering if it's the cord because I know Christine has a Yeti and her first cord was jacked up. So it might just be
So
the
yeah,
cord.
that's
I don't
suggested.
know if I have another.
So basically,
cord.
you have an Everest
Okay.
Yeti. It looks big and flashy. It just doesn't work.
See?
Maybe I'll put a
Just-
strobe light on
There's
mine.
a beat.
Fine.
I wonder if Rhodey, that's his name, right?
Yeah, Rhodey, Joe Rhodey.
I wonder if he like just in his retirement is just going to sit there and that's going to be like his white whale that he never got the Yeti fixed. He's just going to go.
Well, there's-
Yeti."
and I'm sure that it's been explained otherwise, but we had one of those lunches with an Imagineer some time ago over in Hollywood Studios, and we asked him specifically about that. Like he was opening up the questions, and I asked him about the Yeti, and what he said was simply the mechanics it would take to fix that. You would have to shut Everest down for close to a year, remove half the mountain to pull Yeti out, fix it, put the mountain back in place, and he was like, it would be a logistical nightmare. And
Yeah.
he's like, they're just not willing to do that right now. He said, you would have to have that ride closed for so long. Now, this is before Pandora. And so before anything like that came in, so they might be willing to do it now, but this is back when Everest was the headliner of Animal Kingdom.
Yeah.
And they just wouldn't do it. And I don't know that they will, especially not now. It might be,